Was this the problem? Oh, shit. Oh, that's new. Why would they change that just in between the very small amount of time? Okay, god damn it. Alright. Hello there. Anyway, welcome back. We're still playing Stellaris. We're actually almost done this. We finally entered into the late game. I'm at like 49 out of 34 star bases, but that doesn't matter too much. I'm at past Empire Sprawl, but that should fix itself eventually at some point in time. Who knows? I don't know. Alright, so it would probably do me well to turn one of these guys into a proper, just large-scale housing complex with lots of trade or something like that. Alright, we're out of war right now. I forgot about that. Trying to stop these stupid jerks from constantly doing stuff. Okay. Just gonna try and see if I've got this working now. Okay, god damn it. Okay, let's hit pause here real quick. Okay, this is annoying. Well, let's, leaning over here, trying to, like, look at my, laptop here while trying to also do this other stuff. Be interesting if I could find specifically how to find your live streams, which might actually just be something I could add to my channel as a default thing. Well, that's not working. Interesting and annoying. Okay, let's try this then.
Together we will build a brighter future.
Wait, why not paused? I thought I hit pause. God damn it. Could have sworn I... Alright, interesting. Okay, let's, Nope. Okay. I feel fairly confident, actually, that this is not something that people can view right now. So, let's see if I can't fix that. Man, this is annoying. Oh, there we go. Okay, interesting. You know what I think this has to do with? I think this is because my laptop hasn't actually been updated in long enough that it just doesn't have the same sort of stuff going on. Alright. Okay, fixed. Perfect. Man. Okay, so... Right, we're at war. Jeez. Alright, so these guys... That is actually quite a fleet. 162,000 versus all this. Mine should actually be able to stomp all over that, so that should be fine. These things, my ring worlds, I need to do something with them. I don't really have a firm idea as to what I would want to do with these guys, but... It could be a good idea to start really hammering research in one of them, and I'm not sure if it's better to do city segments and research labs. I feel like city segments research labs is actually a little bit stronger. Alright.
Hostile reaction.
These guys should be killable over here. And I would much rather get rid of that big old navy over there. Okay, this place needs housing complexes. Where is there? There we go. Okay. So up here, they've sort of retaken a bunch of their stuff, which is kind of fine. Nice big battle over here. Looks like we've already actually taken out a couple of their ships there. This one battleship's worth 3,000 fleet power. If we can kill it, that'd be good. I think we just knocked it out of the fight, though. I think it's going to come back. Yeah, they've taken out a decent amount of our fleet, but we're definitely winning this one. They'll probably take out like 60,000 worth. Maybe a little bit more. There's a sort of snowball effect in this game. Once your fleet starts getting ahead, it gets way, way more ahead. Then you might suddenly have a massive drop, like spike downwards, though, just if your ship starts all warping out or something like that. Or just because all your shields go down and then you start taking that damage all at once there. Alright, let's go ahead and
our research has
reinforce that fleet here. I'm just going to enter orbit here. Alright. Yeah, I feel like I have to keep doing the army health thing right now. It's just a bunch of moments where I've had to sort of do that. Sort of ground invasion, and it sucked. Because ground invasions always suck, but... Okay. Not sure if I want to hop to here first. Probably. Definitely want to get these guys healed, though. Alright, down here, I still need more bureaucracy, it looks like. Which is kind of awful, considering how much I have. Alright, you guys... I can definitely tell my game's starting to lag a little bit here, but that's relatively okay. It's gases right now that we need, which is interesting. I think we're just going to go full-on research down here. And down here, let's, I don't know. We got good civilian industry right now, 329. It's not bad, actually. Could make one of these a bureau ring or something like that. I don't really want to, though. I'll do this for now, and then I'll get a couple more research. Getting those repeating techs. Like, repeating text is sort of how you get through the late game. You'll end up in a situation where there's not a lot else to get. Oh, there's a ground base here. Shit. Alright. Because of the ground base, I can't go out of the system except for the one that I came in through. So I have to go up through Yakuri and I have to get these guys over here. Assault. Sort of thing. Alright, and you guys head over that way. 77,000 versus my 13,000. I've got nearly twice as much fleet power, so... Shouldn't really need to send this fleet this way. Let's just send you down that way as well. Okay, I think we just upgrade all of those. There's not a lot I can do about the housing situation in a lot of these plants anymore. Like, it's just... we're at that point. But not too bad to have that sort of situation when you're playing with shared burden, because the cost isn't too high to maintain them. Let's go Ministry of Production down here. Yeah, this planet's just pure generators. Don't really know what I want to slam down here. Well, what I would like to slam down is actually an energy drink, because I have not had any caffeine yet today. Which is always a bad state of being. Late game, you just go commercial zones, because it, like, fills in jobs. There's nothing else to do with it. Alright, decrease ship. Nope. Governing ethics extraction minus 50%. Managed to get cursed. This is why people don't really think that this particular strategy is very good, and I kind of agree, but... you know, still like psionics, especially if you get the artifact that I've got here. Okay, so one of these planets must have a... I feel like I already did this. This one.
Commencing workforce liberation.
Alright, well, we'll deal with that in a little bit here. These guys can get over here, get fixed back up. Actually, let's move one of you guys down this way.
Planetary workforce liberated.
Alright, and this is the one that's stopping us from continuing on, so we're going to take this habitat, definitely. And mostly I just want to get the hell out of this war, honestly. It's not really benefiting me all that much.
Striking at the lair of the oppressor.
There we go. Alright, so that seems to be working out okay. Starbase here, it's only 8,200, it's pretty weak. Huh, they've got actually a pretty decent ground force. They must have a bunch of... they've got a bunch of fortresses, that's what's keeping us locked in here. That's a game mechanic that I just don't use enough in this game, is the fact that you can lock people off of a planet completely. Just stop people from being able to progress until they've dealt with your weird ground bullshit. Alright, that should sort of fix itself. The problem with this game is, like, you get into this sort of mindset that you're doing really well and that you don't really need to keep thinking about things, and then suddenly you get slammed by the endgame crisis. And if you're sort of taking that mentality of I can keep it pretty chill here or whatever, then you suddenly get hit by that and it's not, doesn't work out for you. Actually, let's see what else we can get here. So these things, yeah, that's fine. Wouldn't mind going Ministry of Production down there later, but...
Scientific progress attained.
Alright, I'll deal with the rest of those later. Okay, so I should be able to move these guys out soon. Just have to finish that ground fight.
Planetary property collectivized.
There we go. Okay. So that we got the ability to jump out of there, let's go ahead and clear out this stuff. Probably should actually head straight to here. Order restored, good. Still planets I gotta take over here. This place has so much going on. Then we have to take over this station. How many stations did they get here? This is why orbital habitats are so good, though. It's because you can just sort of have them all bloody over the place. Did you just spawn an army over here? Bastard. Alright.
Striking at the lair of the oppressor.
Well, I can keep going back and forth and taking out ground forces for a while here. It shouldn't be too bad. Ah, jeez. Alright, let's take those guys out. What are we voting on here? Enable council veto power. Yes. I'm actually kind of surprised that it took this long for council veto power to show up. Alright, so that should be me able to take them out. If not, let's pinch them off over there.
Station under assault.
Yeah, so he managed to get out there. Let's go after him. Alright. I think he sent a fleet to try and stop mine from taking out the sector here. Man, this place is just a mess. Big fan from Don't Starve. I have played Factorio. I am actually really bad at it. I actually quite like it, but it got to the point where it was a little bit just frustrating for me. The problem is I like have this sort of very perfectionist tendency where like I will very obsessively try to get it to be exactly right. And that's the kind of game where like you can definitely do that, but if you are going to, you want to have it pre-planned before you start playing the game to a certain degree, like understand what you're going to need. Whereas I tend to play kind of organically, which is not a good combination. So what'll happen is I will play the game and I will get like deep into the game and end up in a situation where I've built up stuff and then I'm like, oh shoot, I need to change all of this stuff, and then I'll change it all, but then I'll get a new building unlock sort of thing. And basically every time I unlock a new building, I have to change everything. It's just that sort of cycle.
Scientific progress attained.
Let's go ahead and launch an anti-crime campaign.
Striking at the lair of the oppressor.
Yeah, Factorio I think is actually a really fun game. It's just, man, is it ever a frustrating game. Alright. That would actually be an interesting one to try again on stream. I haven't played it in a long time. One of the weird things is that I actually purchased that before it was on Steam, and I'm not sure if I've got a copy of it on Steam as a result of that. I think I do.
Planetary property collectivized.
Alright, so I'm going to swing up here. Where'd that... They had a little garrison fleet. It must have ran into the station. What was that random screaming? That's interesting. Alright, have I taken over all of their planets here yet? Because, like, they've got so many planets here. God damn it. Okay, another one.
Our research has progressed.
I don't know. Is Factorio something that people would want to see me play? Potentially. I would definitely consider trying that.
Commencing workforce liberation.
I feel as though you guys would be very disappointed. It is actually a lot like programming, especially once you start doing things like the trains and stuff like that. That's when I really start getting like angry at the game. Is when you're doing the train networks. I don't know. The train networks never worked out quite the way I thought they were supposed to. So I think I have to look up I really have to look up a guide for how trains work in that game, rather than, you know, not doing that. Like, to a certain degree, I actually think that the game works really well when you're just doing the conveyor belt stuff. Like, that's when it's at its most fun. Once you start having to do the trains, I think that gets a lot less fun. But that's just sort of, I think, my opinion. I think there's a lot of people out there who really like that added layer of complexity. I think that was just less necessarily elegantly implemented, though. So it's not that I don't think that's good, I just think it's less well optimized for that. Oh, holy hell, these guys have got... I'm not even sure if I'm allowed to do multi-queues for this type of order. Okay, that's weird. Alright, let's watch this battle here. Oh, no, it's already almost over, shit. This is the problem with, like, my big main fleet here. It's just actually really beefy. Oh, jeez. Alright, I think we're running into that sort of late game problem of you start having your game lag just a little bit there. Our Admiral died. Oh, this was the Chosen One Admiral that got, like, screwed over by the RNG or whatever. I'm not sure what that bug actually was. Or was it you? No, that was definitely that one that died. Well, that is really annoying. It's impossible. I think it's still impossible for me to get another Chosen One, even though my Chosen One died. Also, are we still fighting over one of these planets here? Are we still fighting here? No. Nope.
Planetary property collectivized.
Did we? Oh, I didn't multi-queue them. Okay. Alright, we're at 100% war exhaustion for our opponents here. Should be able to finish off this war pretty soon. I can't get anything out of this one, unfortunately.
Striking at the lair of the oppressor.
So, the fact that I can't get anything out of this really is kind of annoying. I could just slam down some random-ass claims, though. Oh, I've got maximum. Okay, let's just put down a random-ass claim. Sure. Now, having this here is going to make it really awkward in a little bit because I need to badly, like, fortify it with stuff. Like, really make the starbase impenetrable, but the reason that we're going to do that is that it does make it so that our opponent, we can put claims down on the rest of their stuff really, really easily. Alright, did we... Man, they've fortified the hell up, jeez. Okay. I don't remember if these things follow the same rules for when I'm allowed to build advanced structures on them. I feel like I've got the ability to build them a little bit earlier. I don't know. The thing about this game is, like, the maximum potential for, like, your science output of these is much, much higher than it is for even the science artifact thing, so
planetary
it's kind of a weird state of being. Alright, let's keep getting exotic gases, just because we're going on a science binge right now. I'm going to lose probably a decent number of my soldiers on this.
Striking at the lair of the oppressor.
Actually, Factorio's a game I haven't played in quite a while, because like I said, I didn't buy it on Steam. I bought it before the Steam release. I'm wondering if a lot changed. I don't feel like a lot would've. I've seen other people playing it since then. It doesn't seem like it's tremendously different, but that might be wrong.
Planetary property collectivized.
I'm wondering, like, what we need for achieve war goals here. It looks like there's quite a bit still left to do. Come on, let me land my armies. Okay, that's all of them.
Commencing workforce liberation.
These guys full health now? Yep. Off you go.
Planetary workforce liberated.
Yeah, I'm glad that chat's working. Like, I keep doing weird things with this stream, and I don't know how to actually... I don't know how any of this actually works, so... I was never actually sure if, like, chat was even working or not. Ah, shit. Okay, you guys need to try and get out there. Where did that fleet actually come from? Must come from down here. No, where the hell did that come from? I'm not sure that these guys are actually winning against the station, though. I still want to send my reinforcements over there, though. Just, this is not really the sort of situation where you just let your station get hammered for too long. It's going to be a little while before I get there, though. I might have to try and warp out with these guys or something like that. And I Every time these guys lose a Corvette, they lose a lot more firepower than if I take some damage to my station, but... Oh, no, their battleship's almost down. Once they lose their battleship, yeah, this is over. They must have done a jump in. I can't imagine any other way that they could have gotten in here. Okay. Let's move back here when I can. There's not a ton of reason for me to take Dur. It's a terrible name for a system. Alright, let's head down here. Should be a planet I have to take. I really should just build more like ground forces armies instead of just relying on the one, but honestly it is so much more convenient. Alright, Shroud, give me something good this time. Ethic Attractiveness. That'll counteract last month's minus 50% ethics attraction. Got black sites over almost anything though, so... another promising officer. Oh, that reminds me, I need to replace that one that died. Hopefully, like, I'm really hoping I can actually regain the Chosen One. Because, like, just losing your Chosen One to a bug or whatever the hell is really awkward. Alright, this world here. And I'll do a hydroponics farm or something like that. Down here... this planet's a goddamn mess. Let's just go commercial. Okay. But, yeah, where's my fleets? Oh, god damn it. Look at all these planets that need my help. Just scrolling through like 5 minutes of planets. Like 10 minutes of starbases. Jesus Christ. Alright. I think this is the one. Yep. Alright, so we picked up some random admirals that don't have psionic. I'm not letting anyone become an officer without psionic. Yeah, bastards. Alright. Long living. Psionic, probably okay. I mean, it's, definitely possible that everyone's doing well today, but I think given the state of 2020, I don't think everyone's doing okay. But, everyone here seems to be not dead, so, you know, that's a start. I'd say I'm joking, but, like, this has been a, hell of a year. I'm actually doing okay, despite everything, in case you're wondering, though. None of my family's caught it. I haven't caught it, so all's well so far. I'm not living in the States, though, so that's probably helping. In terms of, like, sheer statistical likelihood of me catching anything. But, yeah, besides that, it's my day off. Always a good thing to have your day off. Alright. And doing really well in this game, too. Looks like we're crushing it. I was actually kind of worried, because, like, it is set to the hardest difficulty, which, I'm not necessarily very good at this game, so...
Scientific progress attained.
Like, I might actually go into our next playthrough if I do. I'm not going to do another one anytime soon, but if I do another playthrough of this one, I'm going to definitely try doing the higher difficulty endgame crisis. Although I don't feel like doing the super early one actually makes the game any harder, because what ends up happening is you're probably just going to turtle if that's the case, and then the AI gets wrecked by it and you don't, so... What the hell's all this stuff doing over here? Right, never mind.
Planetary property collectivized.
I don't actually know what we still need to fight here, because don't we have like 100% of these guys as territory? What do these guys even have left?
Scientific progress attained.
I guess there's some planets up here that I can take over. Yeah, we'll extend that. The thing about this game is, like, the later and later that you get into it, the more likely you're going to run into the point where it's just overwhelming amounts of stuff happening. And that is always kind of just awful. Let's get that, even though I don't use any of those. Our culture production is actually really, really high, even though we're not building any of the culture buildings. Alright, I don't know, just move over there, I guess. Where's this happening? Where did they get ships from? They don't have any bases. Did they get a black hole somewhere? Or not a black hole, a wormhole, but same thing. Huh. Well, that's strange. I'm at that point where I could probably just sort of
Scientific progress attained.
Well, the problem is I didn't start this war, so I can't do the auto end it. Which is kind of shit. Also, this... that poor thing. Just random soldier spawns, immediately gets shot down by the turret. Okay. No, I just realized I can't actually really read your names very well on my laptop's screen there. That's really... for some reason your names are in gray over white, and it's just like, who designed that? Alright, well, I'll try and fix that later. Maybe change the background to black and make the text white or something like that. Because that seems to be what the default is on my computer now, so it might be an update that happened at some point in time. So if I don't call you up by name, it's because I literally can't read your names very well here. Alright, we got Igor and Sebastiano. Okay. And now we have another election campaign, that's fine. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay. Seriously, what else do I have to do to get these guys to surrender here? Still demanding unoccupied systems, still demanding... whatever. Huh. Have we not done ground invasions around here? Huh. Alright, we've ticked past the 5-year mark. The way this game, as far as I understand it, works is that every 5 years, there's a check to see if the endgame crisis occurs. Past a certain point, so... we don't really have to worry about endgame crisis anytime soon here, but... mandate unfulfilled, I don't care anymore. Re-elected, good. What is our current? Oh yeah, I still have to do the Sentinels. I really don't want to do that. Yeah, I really don't want to do that. Let's just ignore them for now. Okay. One thing I do need to do is get an engineering ship, if I can find one. It's been so long since I actually built anything. And get you guys to stand over here, because this system is going to need a gateway once this all is over. Okay, here's one. It'd be nice if there was something that specifically called out and was like, hey, these are all the planets you need to actually land invade. Because, you know, when you go into this, there probably is somewhere, but there's so many things. Like, it's just, you have to sort of scan the entire damn map, which is not ideal. Like, all this has been taken over properly, that's fine. I kind of want to take over this stuff, just so I don't have to worry about stuff in my back. So taking over these two places. So let's drop some more claims. 510 for that one, that's fine. This one would cost me 450, which is pretty expensive. I am currently spreading it. So the way that it is right now is that we've got a strong federation here, and I will show you it. If you're wondering where I got that from, this is sort of my opinion of what Star Trek is fully automated gay space luxury communism, and we're basically just playing like Vulcans. In fact, we got lucky here. If we take a look over here, here is Sol, which we managed to uplift. Which basically means that like it's the exact same as Star Trek, where the Vulcans come over to Earth after they've done their stupid nuclear war thing, and uplifted them into luxury gay space communism for whatever the hell reason. I can't remember Star Trek lore that well. But yeah, our current federation is us. We're playing as communists of the... Well, none of us are really any real political system, because that's not how this game works. But if we check our ethics here, we're playing as fanatic egalitarian militarists. Then we have Sol over here, which is egalitarian militarists, fanatic militarists actually. And then our alliance contains these guys over here, who are egalitarian xenophile materialists. And then we've got fanatic egalitarian militarists. And the most interesting thing is that somehow our federation, and I didn't know that you could actually do this, our federation contains a hive mind. So I didn't think that was possible. But that is sort of the federation that has formed, and it is actually very much us versus the capitalists, because we've got a criminal cartel over here, a shipping alliance over here, and earlier on there used to be another criminal cartel over here that we killed. So really, it's
commencing workforce
been
liberation.
This endless war between the space communists and the space capitalists and the vanguard socialists, which are myself and the hive mind, have just been demolishing everybody. And then there's two just random empires that are chilling back there, like wondering what's all this ideological mumbo jumbo about here. We don't want to have anything to do with it. Who are the neutrals actually in this alliance? Yeah, so we've got the Lathlin Star Regime here. These guys are xenophile militarist spiritualists. So they just kind of are. That's actually a really weird. That's a really weird combination, actually. So I'm not sure what they're thinking. 9 times out of 10. And then we got the, that's the Hidashi Shipping Alliance, they've taken that over. There's these guys, they're xenophile fanatic materialists, so they're just trying to make money, I guess internally or something, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing, or what they're up to. The Hidashi Shipping Alliance has most of their fleet actually up here, and I can't go in here because I'm not at war with these guys. Yeah, I mean, sort of, except this game doesn't have... I don't think there's a revolution mechanic. Like, the way that this works is, like, the government decides that, like, if I want to have a revolution, the way it works is I go in here, click the reform government button, and I think that there is a way for me to change ethic as well, but...
Planetary workforce liberated.
Actually, no, I have to... I can't remember how to do this. I think it's through factions. And I would go up to, for example, the Alien Compassion Alliance, and oh yeah, this is how. It's just the government's like, yeah, okay, this is officially what we are now. So you go from capitalist to communist or vice versa by just being like the government saying that, yep, that's what we're doing now. There's no revolution aspect. It's kind of weird. Alright, but I'm gonna get this fleet back over towards our systems here. God, the center of the galaxy is so freaking bright. It shouldn't be that bright in a certain sense there, because it should just be like a black hole, but yeah. One of the things about this game, though, is that like I find that the sort of more egalitarian style plays are sometimes stronger than the more authoritarian ones. It depends on what you're doing. A lot of people like the authoritarianism, but I don't... I find it harder to manage the populations because you need to have a much more careful... hand over what sort of numbers you have and what sort of economic strata. Whereas if you're playing egalitarian, you don't really give a crap how many of each different type of jobs you have. Like, the reason I guess that you go for authoritarian is because early game you really need food, credits, and minerals, and you don't really need alloys or luxury commodities or even science all that much.
We will build
whereas egalitarians are really good at producing those 3 later resources, so... I find that egalitarians are just a little bit stronger. I think a lot of people go from like fanatic authoritarian to egalitarian as they play it, though. just transferring their ethic over. Okay, are we done this stupid war yet? My god, okay. So that's done, that's done. We've only got like 2 dudes here defending this entire planet. Or orbital habitat, I guess.
Striking at the lair of the oppressor.
So these guys are gonna have a bad time.
Planetary property collectivized.
Okay. Right, have we finished this stupid war yet? We've got achieve war goals 82. Okay, we should be done. Finally. Holy hell. Alright, what are you guys doing? Oh, that's our ether hatchling and stuff like that. Yeah, the reason it's freezing here, it's probably ending the war. End of the Elf Shipping Alliance. Right, fantastic. If you're wondering, actually, I'm playing as a species that I just called elves. This is loosely based off of a D&D game I played where I was playing as communist elves or whatever. Which, you know, one thing or another, but they ended up migrating to another empire where they became the majority species in one of my alliances. And then they got taken over by a bunch of shipping companies. Which made them sort of turn into like this capitalist offshoot or whatever. Which I think is also sort of part of Star Trek in a certain sense there. Alright, I need to change it so that only I can declare wars in this federation here. Let's go into laws. Let's see here. War declarations require... President decides. I should be president for life at this point in time, but I don't know if I want to lower cohesion. Well, it looks like I can lower cohesion. Looks like everyone will vote yes. Why would I have to do increased benefits here? I'm not actually supposed to have to do that. Also, what the hell are you guys? Assimilation unemployment. What are we assimilating? Oh crap, you guys are set to uplift into psionicness. Right. Right, let's just keep doing the increased benefits. We're at 177 consumer goods. I'm going to have to really increase those. Oh geez, I have taken over a lot of populations and a lot of planets all at once here. Alright, you guys are going to probably just want to be... Okay, this gives me 3 housing and 5 clerk jobs, which is pretty crap actually. Let's just actually do commercial districts down here. I have to do 3 commercial districts here, wow. Okay. So this is all going to be a new sector. Oh. Huh. This place is weird. Wait, what? When did I take... What are you? Where are you? What? When did I take this over? Alright, well, whatever, it's mine now. How many unemployed people do I have here? Jeez. Okay, more of those. Let's get in the shroud here. Reach into the shroud. $1,000. Increase shield strength. Yep. Okay, so we've got a little bit of time here where I can do some army reforms. So let's go ahead into the shipbuilder. While we were fighting, I didn't want to change anything about my ships here, but what we have now is the dark matter reactors. And that's going to be a little bit more energy. As you can see, we've actually got the dragon scale armor and the psi shield, so our ability to produce like really incredible ships is just kind of ridiculous. We've also got the dark matter reflectors because we wiped out the whatever they're called. But if we take a look here, it's 185 shield compared to the psi shield's 240. So the psi shields are actually better by a decent amount. The only thing I can really do here that I think is useful is get rid of the advanced reactor booster and go for the shield capacitor in this case. I don't really need the advanced afterburners on these guys. Their evasion rate is so high that they don't need it. So we'll probably do that. Go ahead and save that up there. Now for things like the destroyers, on the other hand, let's go with the dark matter reactor. And let's swap out that for psionic shields. And these guys also have like 57% evasion rate there, which gets higher with the Admiral. That's why the psionic Admirals are also really good. Alright. Oh, look at that. Jeez. That's so good. 2,400 shields on this design. Really, really powerful weapon that we got here. Alright. Our battleships here are not the artillery one, the one that we're actually using in any sort of numbers here. Let's go with that. Now, this configuration is pretty much the most durable that a ship can actually be in this game, because the Dragon Scale armor is the strongest armor in the game. The Psi shields are the strongest shields in the game, and you don't always get them. It's actually possible that you play a game and don't have access to either of those. So, the Dragon Scale, we got really lucky. The Psi shields, it's just nice that we were able to get those because we were playing as Psionic. Something more like that, I think, would be a little bit better. Cloud Lightning also has some potential, but I don't really feel like I want to do that as at right now. Oh, this guy's got really weird weapons on here. Let's get rid of all of that. Oh, this is our default class. We're not actually even going to build one of these. Wasn't paying enough attention there. Okay, so the Snare class Titan. That's all fine. I like to have Titans that do each of the debuffs, so it's important to have sort of a good representation of all of those. It lets you do a lot of sort of interesting stuff here. I don't know why there's such a gigantic jump between those two types. Alright, side jump drive. Oh, we also got the Dark Matter thrusters. I forgot about that. Shit, I have to go all the way back to the top here. Okay. Dark Matter thrusters. And that does bring us up to 89% on that. 61 on these guys. 28 on them. Let's see what our battleships get up to. 15% evasion on a battleship, and then we can get that increased with our admirals as well. We'll upgrade this one. Like, there is a reason that I've got this set here. Eventually we're going to want to switch over so that all of our battleships that are traveling with our Titans are this design. Alright. I've got a lot of different designs of ships here, which is kind of annoying sometimes. Alright, that should be... Nope, this thing. The other reason that this is good is that the sublight speed for your Titans is really low. Making it so that the sublight speed's a lot faster lets them keep up with other fleets a lot more easily, so that's sort of the important thing there. Okay, that's all of them. And the Juggernaut, I don't think that there's much that we really need to do to upgrade this thing. Generator. Holy crap. Alright, that brings us up to 14,000 shields, which is pretty good. Unfortunately, this thing can never get the increased speed, so... I don't know why they can't have booster thrusters. Like, it's just, it seems unfair. Alright, this is actually below energy now, so I have to... Let's just switch one out with a dragon armor. I feel like this is fine. Alright, so total armor on this 14,430, shields 12,672. This is pretty powerful. Okay, so with that all done, let's go ahead and get gateway site here. That side. These places are going to be a little bit hard to siege just because we have got, they have given us a bunch of defenses there. I want to replace all these with hangar bays though. Oops, not a trade hub. Hangar bay. I definitely need a deep space black site here, unfortunately. which I don't really like on offensive star bases, or defensive star bases rather. Comms jammer, target uplink, upgrade to Citadel, all that should be fine. Alright, currently we're at 54 star bases out of 35, and our admin cap is just absolutely borked, and somehow we are like major energy credits deficit despite having a Dyson sphere. I might have to build a second Dyson sphere. Have I got enough, whatever for that? Let's find a crappy system that doesn't have much in it. This looks like a crappy system that doesn't have much in it. Alright, so... it's because I need... wait, what am I lacking here? Cannot build more than one Dyson sphere. I don't remember that being a restriction. I could have sworn that this is not supposed to be a problem. Alright, let's keep building commercial zones. The thing about commercial zones is that it will also help us deal with some of this unemployment. So I don't actually mind the fact that I'm getting all these crappy, whatever they are. Crappy commercial zones. There we go. Alright. This place seems to actually be doing fine, though. Let's get a Galactic Stock Exchange down. Silent Corporation there, or Psycorp or whatever. Alright, should be fine. Yeah, it's really weird. These guys did not get... I'm actually gonna quickly pause. The game freezes every, like, year on the 1st, just because, like, the game's trying to process all the people that are being assimilated. So it's trying to calculate all the people that are going to switch over to Psionic at the end of the year, which is sort of a random number. It's kind of a janky system. Alright, let's figure out something out here. Full citizenship, assimilation. Okay, we got some servitude robots, I don't care. That's fine. Assimilation, assimilation. We just have to find out if there's anybody who is not properly represented here. Synthetics? Are synthetics supposed to be... huh. A typical game in this is from 2200 to 2500, so 300 years. The first 100 years is considered the early game, the next 100 years is the mid game, and then the last 100 years is the late game. So we're in the late game at this point in time. What we can expect is that we are going to encounter moments where the game is trying to, like, absolutely just murder us. Because that's sort of what the late game crisis is, and that has the ability to pop at any moment now. I should be able to actually crush it. Like, I should be able to. Should probably actually be... oh, Jesus Christ. I should be able to build more ships, actually, and I probably should do that. Like, build a couple more fleets, or fill in the fleets that I've already got a little bit more. Alright, now that people are no longer uplifting, that should actually help a little bit with the fact that we had all those people. Alright, let's get as many as you as possible. Upgrading. So that should almost all be happening over at our capital system of Sol. Which is fine. I kind of feel like I have to put more stations down here, but I probably am just going to put one over here. Just upgrade this one fully. Then get that set up to defend if I need to. It's not too far away from the Eye of Bull, which is a good station, so should be fine-ish. Alright, I've got to also have all of these Federation fleets that I should probably do something with. Uh, having the Federation fleets just up there is probably fine defensively. Okay. So now that we've got all of our ships upgrading, why do we have a Titan just sitting by itself here? Wait, where are you? That's gotta be on our home world. Okay, 29,000, is that the... Nope, that's our Psionic Avatar. Is that you? Ether Hatchling. Got so much random crap here. 27th Wave Titan. Okay, I'm just gonna mash together all the random bits that I've got here. You guys are gonna form the nucleus of a new navy. Wow, 755 for a single Corvette. That's pretty good. Okay. So this has formed a new 70,000 something fleet. I don't know how reinforced fleet is an option for these guys. Let's check our fleet manager for that. Listed as escorts. The hell? Okay, that's really weird. System's always sort of been janky. I don't understand it. Let's upgrade these ships though. Because it's saying that there's 0 people, there's 0 of every type of ship that is in the fleets. Which, I don't... It looks like it's not going to fully upgrade though. Huh. Nope, it, I think is going to just completely make all of those. Interesting. Alright, we're at 13 out of 7 type. That can't be right. I'm absolutely certain I don't have 13 Titans. What type of star is this? We can click on it actually. It's a Class B star, whatever the hell that means. I think actually Sagittarius A is a Class B star, so that would be probably an example. There are ones that are extremely, pure hydrogen, if I recall correctly, and burn very, very hot. I don't remember for sure, though. Oh, there goes all of those things. Alright, we're the lead at the Galactic Council yet again, which is perfect. Yeah, I actually really like those large blue stars. I like the nebulas better, but you can't start around a nebula star for obvious reasons of, like, I don't think you could survive... I don't think a civilization could, like, start off surviving around one of those. You'd have to have been, like, a more advanced species that got seeded there or something like that. Although, theoretically, like, there are probably types of starts that could allow for that, but I don't know. Alright. Looks like a lot of our ships have upgraded, which is really, really good.
Progress attained.
And I kind of have to go to the bathroom, so I'm going to actually pause the game real quick here. Yeah, the blue stars are, like, much hotter than the yellow stars. Yeah, no problem. It's kind of interesting to me, but not like something I can remember off the top of my head. I actually like stars quite a bit, but it's hard to remember all that sort of stuff. There's a lot of different types of stellar phenomenon. Let's see here. Yeah, so anyway, I just have to go to the washroom real quick. I will just pause the game, and I will be with you guys in just a little bit so you guys can relax. Alright, I'm back. Alright, yeah. So, let's continue on here. So I'm kind of actually hoping that the endgame crisis triggers fairly soon here. We're kind of in a crazy spot here. Ooh, I can upgrade these. I wonder how much this is actually going to change them. Because these fleets are a little bit weak. Wow, that is... Yeah, uplifting a bunch of whatever is always like a really painful process in this game. I kind of wish that I didn't have to. Alright, matters of state probably still. Yep.
Scientific progress attained.
Alright, if I can keep increasing the edict durations, we can end up in a situation where we're doing really, really well as far as those weapons boosts go. Alright, what's this, Oh, that's ships coming from somewhere else. This place is just a mess. Alright.
Ships upgraded.
What the hell is going on over here? 5 Gamma class escorts. Where have I got... I don't think that's a type that I can actually build. You know, this is probably... Oh, I think I know what happened. They adopted the name from a fleet that I already had. That's what happened. They adopted the name of a fleet from a pirate group that I had taken over. Okay, well, let's take a few minutes here and manage this goddamn atrocious mess that we've allowed to fester here. Okay, so that needs upgrading. Yeah, I mean, probably. Alright. This game, like, you can sort of follow the Prime Directive if you want to. You can just, like, observe the peoples from afar, but you can also directly just, like, uplift them. I always felt like the Prime Directive was kind of actually somewhat hypocritical, because humans in, like, Star Trek barely made it into space, like, barely made warp travel, but then they were just immediately, like, given a whole bunch of technology or whatever. I don't know. It seems like a fairly arbitrary sort of, like, baseline level, especially because humanity in that series, I think, was just on the cusp of, like, wiping itself out or something like that. I don't know. Alright, I think we were doing research on these planets here. And, I think, yeah, we just keep going synthetic refineries here. Oh, man. Getting to the point where you have this many planets to manage is actually painful. And I mean like that in the most literal sense here, because like it hurts my wrist. Wonder if I could like get money from Paradox by being like, you guys caused carpal tunnel syndrome. Probably not, because they could just say you didn't have to play our game until you got carpal tunnel syndrome. You know, you could have stopped or something like that, you know. Probably would have been more sensible. Anyway, let's keep getting galactic stock exchanges. Those will earn us some amount of money, like it's a decent amount of extra money. Ministry of Production down here. Oh geez. I could actually just build a bunch of mining districts here for now. Upgrade that. Let's just do that for now. This planet's a little bit less straightforward. One's also a little bit less straightforward. This one's probably also going to be fruit processing planet there. Ooh. How come I can't build one more of these? I should be able to build one more. Oh no, that might be the last of these slots. Okay, fine. And we'll definitely add in boosted electricity. There we go. Get that upgraded. Stock exchange. That upgraded. I swear, I'm pretty sure, like, I've tried to automate these sectors and it just didn't work. I don't know why. Our bureaucracy is actually a mess right now. one's a generator world. Let's upgrade that. It's actually more important for me to get these 3 generator districts. And then I think we'll just wait a bit on that. Not that I'll remember to go back and fix any of this anyway. Definitely need more production for consumer goods. We got a lot of it, but definitely do with more. Alright, stock exchange and alloy foundries. Actually, ministry production. Here, I'll upgrade that. Ministry production. Galactic stock exchange. Each galactic stock exchange is basically about at least an extra 16 credits, I think, plus the amount based on how much trade you've already got there, so it can actually be substantially more than that. Mind you, I don't actually know if my trade is properly hooked up for a lot of these places. Probably isn't, honestly. Man, I'm getting a lot of ministries of production. This is probably going to screw with something. It's moats, I think, right? I've got lots of moats, okay. I have plenty of moats and I have plenty of crystals, so I'm not too worried about these buildings that I'm getting. I'm a little worried. I'm not too worried about Alright. I feel like I'm at the point where I just kind of don't care about the buildings I'm upgrading anymore. Like, just you know, to a certain degree here. Alright. But, like I said, this is one of those games where you just gotta keep optimizing, and if you don't keep optimizing, you end up getting screwed, so... whatever. Let's just do that here. Yeah, that's fine. Let's do holo theaters. Holo theaters and commercial. I'm gonna replace this. I don't need a Hall of Judgment, I need the Psi Corpse instead of that one. I definitely don't need the Gene Clinks down here anymore. I think place that one with the actually I don't know what to replace that with. Galactic Stock Exchange, I guess. It's a planet that's kind of a mess since the AI sort of built a little bit of everything on it. You usually want to specialize planets as much as you can here. These are all habitation districts. Let's just give you guys the Psi Corps. It's always good to give that. The hell? Alright, Gateway Construction Site. Let's finish that off there. Now the thing is, I don't actually have to worry too much about the fact that my money is in the dumpster right now, since I've got all these goods that I can trade off to get more energy. So, like, the fact that we're capped on all of these means that I should probably be selling them off even a little bit more frequently than I already am. So, it's not a big deal or anything that I don't have that. Why is this classed as a bureaucratic world? This should clearly... never mind, whatever. I don't even care. I mean, I care a little bit, obviously, otherwise I wouldn't have commented, but... oh well. Okay, I think we do a habitat... I can't yet, I have to upgrade this. Because this place doesn't have enough population capacity for me to really fix that. Okay. Psi Corps and bureaucratic. Literally the worst part of this game is doing this sort of stuff. One One of the other sort of like more minor problems that I'm encountering at this point in time is that I am doing this in such a way that a lot of my people are ending up getting pushed out of their sort of like energy production based jobs here into like more sort of intensive ones. At least I've got all these class 4 singularities. That helps. That actually helps a lot. Because they don't require any workers. Alright. So this is where the populations from the Fallen Empire lives. The funny thing is I can just replace all their buildings with service jobs. Just be like, you guys are all working at like Walmart now. You know, this is what you get, you bastards. Alright. Yeah, Fallen Empires are... A lot of their plants are surprisingly meager. The thing that's really good is the Sky Domes, which are a ton of extra stuff, but... Actually, let's not upgrade you. Let's do that. Let's get an energy grid. This sort of thing is going to really help us, like getting these generator worlds up and running. Especially because I think there's a lot of unemployed people on these planets. Not a lot, actually. A lot less than I thought there would be. Alien megastructure completed. Someone built a science nexus. Okay. Good for them, I guess. Huh. This planet's weird. I don't know, let's build that, I guess. Okay, so, I've finally gone through... Oh shit, no, there's more of them. Why is this allowed? Seriously. The automation of this process needs to be a lot smoother.
Upgraded.
Oh, man. Okay, let's just ignore those for now. Let's not think about it. Okay. Back into positive energy, which is good. Means I don't have to think as much about it. I do kind of want to figure out where I could get a trade cluster. And actually over here I'm going to end up getting a lot of automatic trade. And the reason is that once this wormhole opens, all of this trade is going to start flowing back to my capital. So I've got 200 energy locked up in this planet here, and 235 over in this one, and both of them should be able to flow since they both have stations. Like, the trade mechanics in this game are not necessarily the best in some ways there. I actually need to get I need to get one over here too. You know, I'm gonna go reenact an edict here. I actually do need will to power. I mean, I actually like Nietzsche, so I prefer calling it "Their wills are mocked," but I don't know if that's actually something that other people want to do. I don't know. It's something I want to do. Attempt to communicate with the presence. I'm pretty sure that this is going to be... Let's... Oh, our scientist died. You know what? I'm fine with that. I don't think our scientists were doing anything useful anyway at this point in the game. I'm pretty sure that I was communicating with the Shroud in one of the events where they would actually cause like the entire society that we live in to collapse or something like that, because that's sort of how this game works. I don't know. Is there someone in there? Yep. Did I just have like spare scientists? I probably had like... Oh no, okay. Probably this one got killed. Alright, you? The other planet that I think really needed that, I had, I think this is it. Nope, that's not it. There's another one that needs a scientist. I think it's Rijin? I have so many planets now, god damn. Nope. Definitely not you. Zoldor? Yeah, Zoldor. Send you over to research over there. Okay.
Together we will build a brighter future.
I guess I could also scrap like all these spare star bases that I have that I don't need. That would dramatically reduce the amount of problems I'm having as far as income goes. I'm probably actually not paying that much for them, honestly. Yeah, I don't think I'm paying that much. Still being upgraded. It's up to 27,000. It's not terrible, but definitely could be better. Oof, my ally just gobbled those guys right the hell up. I mean, it would be definitely nice if humanity made it out there. We're definitely not going to see the benefits of that, just because, like, even if we do get transdimensional or interstellar travel or whatever, I don't know what that's going to be. That's going to be a long ways before that's, you know, for anything other than a very, very small number of astronauts. It's one of those ones where it's just like, yeah, it would be really, really interesting if we could actually get, like, way the hell out there in terms of space, but it's a little bit tricky to know if it's actually possible, other than with, like, generation ships or something like that. And a generation ship would be kind of awkward in a lot of ways. I'm not necessarily sure if I'd want to live on a generation ship. That's just me, though. That would actually be a sort of a weird concept. Like, there's probably, like, a lot of stories about that, if I recall, but imagine being in a generation ship for so many generations that by the time you sort of were way out there, people on there forgot that like life originated from planets. Like, you would think that eventually you'd just think that the natural state of being is being in a ship, and that there was no sort of before time where there was a planet. Like, you get people who are like these bizarre conspiracy theorists saying that it's like, well, no, we didn't actually start off on this spaceship. You know, like, someone had to obviously build the spaceship. It'd be sort of like weird emergent religion that worships whoever it was that built it or something like that. It could be potentially weird. Might make for an interesting speculative science fiction one, but I would imagine someone already wrote. How much longer for this stupid thing to finish? 421 days? It's not too bad, but... Alright, so we should be getting another tick to see if we trigger the endgame crisis. Yeah, praise ship. That's basically it. Like, can you imagine being in a ship for like so many generations that no one can remember what even a planet was like? That would be... Because if you're in a generation ship and you're going from like a star to another star, it would take like potentially thousands of years to get there.
Scientific progress attained.
So it would be like someone from Rome, and then comparing them to someone from like right now, and that's how long it's been. That's how long the historical memory of being on Earth is. That's how far back that goes would be. Like, it would be almost unfathomable, I think, to some of those people. I don't know. I think that would make a really cool sci-fi story. Maybe I'll see if I can find someone who's written that, because it's got it. Like, someone must have written that. And if not, then I guess I'll write it. But I'm a crappy writer. Yeah, I think that that sort of thing would be definitely possible if we had an advanced enough AI that was tending to us on those sort of trips there. I don't necessarily think that's terribly a bad thing, like, necessarily. It depends on how malevolent the AI is, but if I recall correctly, that one was malevolent, but I don't remember very well. Sci-fi stories tend to sort of blur together for me a little bit. Are we still uplifting things? I thought we would have been done by now. Yeah, let's just say the nice thing that'll make people like us more. I wonder, like, if you'd been on a ship for like generations, like for 2,000 years, like you were born and raised on that ship, and your grandparents were, and your grandparents' grandparents, and so on and so forth. Like, I wonder if you would actually want to make planetfall once you made it to land. Like, is that something you would want to do? Oh, okay. I might have been thinking of something else then. I might be thinking of like the. I think I might be thinking of. I can't actually remember what I'm thinking of. I think I might be thinking of the mathematicians in like the Foundation series or something like that. They're not actually malevolent either, though. They're just weird. Yeah, a lot of science fiction tends to blur together for me. I don't know why. I guess it's because a lot of them sort of explore similar concepts to one another and just have different opinions on them. Alright, how's this fleet existing? I don't know what the hell's going on with this one. Okay, let's go into our fleet manager here. Still don't have any idea as to what the hell's happening with this particular composition. Alright, well... This is relatively fine, I guess. Yeah, let's give you guys these ones. Well, I mean, nothing is more dangerous than like a curious AI that doesn't really have any sort of like moral quandaries about like testing on people. I've read The Lazarus Effect. I don't remember it very well. I'll definitely check out those other... I think I've read the Pandora sequence as well. I don't remember very well. But I've never heard of the Jesus Incident or the Ascension Factor. I would definitely consider reading those ones. For science fiction, it's weird that there's always like that sort of undertone of like religiosity, but I understand the sort of principle that it's drawing sort of parallels between man and God sometimes.
Ships upgraded.
How did our energy credits go up to 555? Alright, well, whatever. I'd have to... I should probably actually reread the ones even if I haven't remembered them, because, like... Generally speaking, I've read these a long time ago, so I haven't read them in more recent times. Yeah, I've actually mostly been reading murder mysteries for the past few years for some reason. I'm not sure why. Well, partly it's because I really like murder mysteries, but I sort of go through waves. Like, I would read like a lot of science fiction, and then I read a lot of horror, read a lot of fantasy, then I read a lot of murder mysteries for some reason. Been going through like all of Agatha Christie's works. It's like a lot of them. The thing about those ones is I like taking my time because I like trying to see if I can figure out the murder mystery element before I get to the ending, which I sometimes can. I can't always, but I certainly can more with her works than I can with Arthur Conan Doyle's. Alright, still no disaster, and we've gotten through that sort of war there. Things are looking good. Let's upgrade this thing, forgot about that. Yeah, so I'm glad that's typed out there, because I can always go back and like look at the list there and reread it or find it. The only bad thing is I'm not an ebook reader, and the bookstore I'm near is closed. I wonder if the library's open though. I wonder if they reopened. It would be just a lot. It would be a lot easier if I was just the sort of person who read ebooks. Honestly. What are all these star bases? I don't need a star base here, do I? Oh, I've got a gate here. Shit. Okay. I definitely don't need a star base here, so let's downgrade that. Yeah, I still read a little bit. I read some manga, but I usually try to read at least like one mystery book a week right now, is what I've sort of been doing, but I haven't been able to right now. Yeah, I haven't actually tried audiobooks at all, unfortunately. I probably wouldn't mind them. It's just I haven't really had a chance to get into any good audiobooks or anything like that. Hmm. Yeah, I actually have an ebook reader too. It's just I never use it. I got like a Kobo or something like that. I can't remember. It's from like a million years ago. I wonder if it even still works. But yeah, that actually I did use a little bit. I've got the complete works of Sherlock Holmes on there. Is sort of why I got that one. Like I said, I like murder mystery novel. One of the weird intersections actually is like there's a lot of episodes of Star Trek that are just Sherlock Holmes murder mystery episodes. Those are always one of the dumber ones, but also one of the ones that I kind of like more, just because of
Together
how
we will
dumb they
build
are.
a brighter future.
All right, we're okay. Gateway's done here. Yeah, I can't actually wait for like bookstores to open back up again. Like that was always there's just something nicer about having a paperback book or a hardback book. Yeah. Elephant Graveyard. Interesting. The weird thing about like speculative science fiction is that you don't find a ton of really good detective novels in that sort of range there, just because it's really hard to predict how crime fighting would go with that kind of future technology. Just because there's so much advanced technology that could potentially really take away the mystery of a murder mystery sort of situation. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just it makes it much harder to write, I think. So it's harder for me to find good ones in that sort of vein. But I'd imagine that they probably exist. How many goddamn stations do I have? Okay, what are you even for here? Wait, what is this one for? Oh, I remember. This one was going to be clearing out pirates. Nope. Okay, I'm just gonna get rid of this. Okay, so that's probably this one. Let's upgrade this as well.
System resources analyzed.
Like, I kind of think that the peak for murder mysteries was back probably in the early 1900s, late 1800s sort of thing, for the reason that, like, there was still a lot that you could do in terms of having creative solutions to difficult murder mysteries, whereas nowadays there's a lot more tools at people's disposal to make a murder mystery sort of irrelevant, and I feel like that makes it even more pronounced in like a sci-fi setting, where it's just like, oh yeah, no, it's like we've got this gigantic ass database that contains like information on every single human that's ever lived. It's like, oh, that's disconcerting that you have that. Why do you have that thing? And yeah, it's not great, but it is I think the way it is. Do I still have 13 Titan? I've got 9 out of 7 Titans now. Where am I getting these extra Titans from? Very strange. Alright, either way, let's just cap you guys up on battleships, I feel like. Alright. Actually, there's also another series that I had wanted to start reading, which was the Miss Marple ones, because those seemed kind of a little bit weird. But never got a chance to read those before like the bookstores closed down. Now I really want to check when they're opening again. Probably just be depressing, though. Alright, so that's capping out all of our fleets, basically. Huh. So that's a post-humanity murder mystery. That actually is really interesting. It's also hard to imagine what like a movie where humanity's just gone would necessarily be like. I'd imagine like you can do a lot that's interesting with that, though. I'm looking at my empire here, and I'm imagining that I've got some real interesting piracy problems right now. I probably should get ready to have that to deal with. You know, I'm probably going to find out, like, I've actually read some of these, like, ages and ages ago, but there's a decent chance that there's a lot as well that I haven't read, so do keep, you know, up the recommendations or what have you, and I'll definitely try to get back to them. In fact, I'll try and read some of them next week, and I'll tell you what I feel about them if I get a chance to. I do want to, like, keep reading. It's just, yeah, I'll try and read from an ebook and see if I can get through it that way. It's just, I find it harder to read from a screen. I'm one of those sort of like old school people. I don't know, there's just something comforting about a good book though as well. I don't know.
Together we will build a brighter future.
I might just be old. That might be it. I've got a terminal case of the old. Priest invasion. Alright. So that'll last for 10 years, and if we get attacked during that period of time, that is going to be a lovely bonus to have for that. How did this place's population get up to this? Interesting.
Our research has progressed.
Well, it looks like they're going to be fine. Yeah, bookstores are actually the thing that I miss most about, like, lockdown. It literally is. Bookstores, libraries, that kind of thing. I don't know, I feel like there's something more interesting about the old school way of doing that sort of thing instead of the e-readers or the audiobooks. There's just something... I feel like with audiobooks when I try to... Yeah, I learned to compromise. I don't actually pirate. I usually try to read books from like the Gutenberg Project or other legitimate sort of archival systems because like there's so many books in those that you don't really need to pirate. It's just if you want to read a very specific book, if you want to like read a specific novel, then yeah, you might have to do that sort of thing. But for me, I don't usually mind reading something else instead. Like I would read something that's a really old book or something like that. Like I still haven't read the Canterbury Tales, for example. Or what's another... Actually, War and Peace. War and Peace is a book that I should probably read at some point in time eventually. Although, people are telling... I've heard people say that that is a hard read, which I can sort of imagine would be true. I don't know, there's a bit of a classicist streak in me, like, in sort of preferring the sort of really old kind of books there, but... It's not necessarily something I'm too stuck on. Oh. Yeah, New Year again. You can always tell it's a new year because the game freezes. Okay. All these galactic stock exchanges are probably destroying my crystals. Not too bad, actually. I think I can keep going for a few more. Minor military sanctions. Did I get veto power? Yeah, Carl Sagan books. I don't actually have very many of those. Then again, I like to read at the library, so I don't have the physical copy of a lot of books that I've read, so... It's one of the weirder things. It's like, I don't know why people are so worried about book piracy. I don't think very many people are, because you can just go to the library and read them there, I guess. I don't know. It's probably fine. Okay, so I'm really hoping that we get, like, just the whatever it is that's going to attack us soon instead of dragging us out and making us wait for it, but I have had games where I've played this, and I got attacked, like, literally just before the end game date. I can't remember if the game just ends or not. So the way it works is, depending on what technologies you have, every 5 years, you're more or less likely to get the contact signal if you're going to get the robot uprising, the contingency, or you can get the unbidden just showing up out of goddamn nowhere because they're assholes, and that happens if you've got a lot of the psionic techs. So if a lot of people went psionic, then you're likely to get the unbidden. If a lot of people went for robots, then you're likely to get the contingency. And since there's a lot of psionics in this galaxy and a lot of jump drives, we're probably going to get the unbidden. But every 5 years that pass, you're more likely to get the Praetorian Scourge, because they're based on just a timer. So I'm kind of hoping that it doesn't matter which one of those three we get. I would kind of like it to show up a little bit earlier rather than later. I don't know. The longer it takes, though, the more time you've got to prepare for it, so there's definitely arguments for wanting it to be earlier. I could go for Galactic Conquest, but, I mean, why would I really care? We've already basically got control of the entire galaxy here, our sort of Federation, and I consider my Federation allies to be, you know, just part of the family. I don't have any intention of ever backstabbing them. Unless they decide to backstab me. Who knows? Maybe they will. Alright. Just gonna jump all of you guys over here pretty soon. Let's just drop our claims on those guys. Do I have claims on someone? Yeah, just drop all the claims I've got on my allies there. Don't really need them. Alright, we'll make those claims. The reason I've got claims on my allies' territories is because we were in wars where I had claims on the enemy and my allies took those places first. So, it's not that I'm actually trying to kill my allies. Oh, and then there's this. Actually, you know what? I'm going to not do that. The reason to not put a claim on something when you're destroying an empire is that after that, you end up in a situation where you can use scans in those systems. And you can potentially find some interesting stuff by doing that. Like, we didn't find anything interesting over here, but it's possible. Because it goes from explored to unscanned, and then you can get maybe an archaeology site activated or something like that. Well, I think that we've activated all the archaeology available in this map. I'm not sure if they can have the same event triggered twice.
Scientific progress attained.
I keep building these like galactic stock exchanges and I never actually bother checking to see if these are planets that are hooked up to my trade network. Okay. When am I allowed to declare war on you guys? We're at like an enforced peace treaty up to a certain point there. 2416, so 4 more years. It's quite a while. And of course, if the unbidden show up or something like that, then we're probably going to deal with that instead. Alright, are we done uplifting people yet? Feels like it. I feel like the last year went up a little bit faster. Although I do have to sort of ruin that by uplifting more stuff. There's a bunch of other species that I need to uplift. I tried to do it a few at a time so that if I'm doing that, if you do it all at once, you're more likely to cause your game to crash. Which is never a fun thing. Yeah, what have I been even reading lately? I haven't actually been reading as much, just because, again, I've got nothing new to read. I guess I could read, like, Lord of the Rings for the trillionth time or whatever, but it's not actually as though I would mind doing that. I really like that book, but... Nope, it seems like I am still uplifting things. God damn it. Here, I thought I was done that.
Ships upgraded.
Alright, looks like we're starting to see all of these ships finish upgrading. Are we actually done? Yes, looks like it. Alright, so... Oh, no, these guys are still upgrading too. Jesus. Okay. Is this one still called 6th Wave? Head into our Fleet Manager, check out 6th Wave. God, this is so disorganized. Huh. Alright, let's add... some battleships to this. Alright, so something like that. Some lag here. Let's just load this up with battleships since we don't have any Titans for this. Yeah, there's some real lag here. I don't know. Might not be possible for me to continue this playthrough to the very, very end here just because of the lag. Does get pretty extreme in this game at a certain point there. Like, it can eventually get kind of unplayable depending on how much junk you've got in the game. And we have the potential to have quite a lot. Like, the game calculates each individual population's contribution to what you're doing, which is kind of crazy because they all have their individual modifiers that are potentially different. There's actually a thing that a lot of people ban, and there's an option to ban it in the option menu because it sort of like quintuples the amount of random things you can get, where it like randomly starts crossbreeding your different alien populations together, which causes problems. Causes your computer to just be like, oh god, why do I have to calculate this? What are you doing to me, you monster? Oh no. And then it dies. Which is lovely, I guess. Alright, let's just get communal housing there for no reason whatsoever. Upgrade all these. All the ones that I can, anyway. Alright, what are we doing for research here? We got like 10,000.
Construction complete.
Alright. Well, we might as well get a couple of these armies, or these fleets rather, in position to strike, because why not? Going to be declaring war again pretty soon, and no reason to keep them loitering around where they're loitering. And I've probably got the ability to get some more admirals here. I think this guy's technically immortal. Not too sure about that one. This one's not that bad. What I'd kind of like would be Gale Speed Psionic, because that gives you like plus 20% evasion or something like that.
Construction finalized. Construction complete.
You know, it's interesting. I actually removed all of the irradiated wasteland tiles. It's interesting that that penalty doesn't go away after you've done that. Alright, well, whatever. Nothing I can do about it. Nothing I would really care about regarding doing it, so it's probably fine. Okay. And I think that sort of uprising of all the people saying that they were complaining about not having jobs has gone away, which is nice. I've got it set to shared burden, which means that it shouldn't actually matter. Oh crap. How did we end up in negative consumer goods now? Right, I think... I'm not entirely sure where that came from, but I'm hoping that that's just going to resolve itself in a year, because that probably will. Speaking of, let's just, this guy's arsenic, probably uplifting, yeah, assimilating those guys. So many things to assimilate. Okay, what do we want to hit here? Maybe you guys?
Scientific progress attained.
Right. I can colonize planets now too, but I really don't feel like I want to. Oh, I know why my energy credits swung so much. That was from all the trade getting added to it from the gateways. That shouldn't have added that much, though. Interesting.
Together we will build a brighter future.
Part of the problem with late game is that like you're not making decisions anymore because all I'm doing is like hashing out repeatable text, which means I'm sort of spamming out technologies that I've sort of already got over and over and over and over again, just to increase like my bonuses by 5% over and over, which is a lot less interesting than having to decide explicitly like what technologies you're going to go for, which ones you want to have, and so on and so forth. There. But, yeah, I mean, it is what makes your ships more powerful at this point in time, and having a big lead on repeatables is how you end up being, like, way stronger than everybody else, so I guess that's fine in the end there. Let's do consumer goods.
Construction complete.
Got some spare places that could be doing the work, so might as well. I'm gonna end up with some real messy plants as a result of this, but I'm okay with that, as long as everyone else is okay with that. I'm gonna get some more upgraded administration centers as well, like we're... Alright, Senate, what are we? Repeal minor research sanction. What's this actually do here? I kind of don't care. Looks like my allies are split. I like how we have the hive mind in there. I could have sworn they weren't allowed to do diplomacy. Alright, well, whatever. This is literally the first time I've ever been friends with like a hive mind in this game. Alright. Like, to the point where I didn't even know it was possible to become friends with a hive mind. That's kind of how, like, ludicrous the very concept of that is. Alright, let's do a couple of those. I swear, this game needs, like, better automation for cities once you get to a certain point. Okay. Oof. That's ugly. Alright, should be fine though. I'm actually kind of wondering where all those pirates I was expecting are. Because I was certainly expecting like pirates to be popping up to mess with me. Maybe I do just barely have enough piracy suppression from other things going on. I don't know, though. Every time I get to that sort of like 5-year mark where I think the endgame crisis could potentially trigger, I always get a little bit worried. Because I have such a large empire at this point in time that statistically I've got like a 25% chance of it popping up in my empire. It's actually more likely that it's going to show up in my empire than anyone else's because I've got like both a ton of robots and a ton of psionic stuff. So if the unbidden show up, I'm one of the primary targets for that. But if the contingency happens, I've also got a lot of synthetics and servitude, so I'm more likely to end up triggering the contingency in my systems as well. Although I will get a bunch of time to be able to understand the contingency are coming for me if I know that that's the one that it is. All right. I mean, given the way I've played, I don't think there's a ton more that I can do other than just wait. Yep. Sure. Keep building up my military wherever applicable, and wait. I do also have to try and think about like what it is that I'm going to do if I get hit by any of them in particular, because I think that if I'm fighting the Unbidden, what are they good at? Shields, I think? They have really strong shields, and I think that they're also really good at defeating... I think they're good at defeating armor. I don't think they're very good at getting through shields. I'll have to actually look at their weapons once they show up. I've got the sentry beacon, so I should be able to see them when they show up and look at their ship stats. I could kill Vlur. I don't know why I would want to, really. One of the other things about like late game Stellaris is that you run out of events because you've like gone through all of the dig sites, you've gone through all the planetary explorations and stuff like that. I can't remember what planet the Sentry stuff is on. If I did, I would definitely try to do this right now. It's on one of the archaeological sites, and I cannot remember what the event is called. Promise of Deliverance, that's the Grand Herald, I already got that. Ruined World. This one contains the Omni Codex, I already got that. Strange Crystal, that's part of the Zero thing. God damn it. I hate this system so much. And I know this has to be around one of my planets. It's not this one. Shoot. I really should probably just look this up, I'd imagine. Like, what might be happening is that there's a system that I've got with 2 of them, and I'm automatically getting just one of the dig sites. No. Was it somewhere far away? Just clicking on these to see if any of these are like doubled up here. Was it this one? The Sentinels, there we go. Okay, so we're gonna try and actually do this, and I think I need like 3,000 military power or something like that. And it's ground forces military power, so of course that's garbage, but... And armies there. Now, I should be just about declaring war on these other guys here, but I can probably use my smaller ground force that I've got around here for that kind of thing. Yeah, 3.2 thousand military power, so we'll send this smaller group over to here. This is our larger one. It's got the good general and everything like that, so should be able to beat the Sentinels, I'd imagine. I don't know. I hope so. Send you guys over here as well. And did you guys hold on to these planets? What the hell's going on down here? Alright. Well, interesting. I'm not technically actually going to wipe these guys out just because of this stuff.
Finalized.
Also, these guys took that. Those bastards. Alright, well, whatever. How come you're not studying? I'm not sure this is the right planet for that anyway. Hi there, Royalty Bomber. I can't read your names. It's white on gray, and it's I need to adjust that, but I think it's Royalty Bomber there. Yeah, yeah. Thanks for coming around. I'm just basically relaxing here. Right now, it's like I've got one day off, so I've been spending it streaming a little bit. I'm just about done this game as well, so I might start looking for recommendations once we're just about near the end of this one. We're a little bit further away before the actual end of this, but yeah, maybe if people are interested, I might do a Don't Starve stream or something like that. Show you just how, like, I'm actually pretty trash at that game right now. It's just because I haven't played it very much lately. But yeah, thanks for popping by. Alright, can we declare war on these guys yet? Not quite. Alright, you guys... Wait, what happened to my... They're there. Oh, they did make it. Okay, so here's where we try to do something stupid for no good reason. But because we're out of, like, interesting events that can happen in this game here. So at the end of the month, we should trigger the event where a whole bunch of people try to murder us here. Got a garrison strength of 11,765 and a group of 11,390. So Sentinels have awoken. The engineering team were just preparing to disassemble statues when a gentle shiver passed through the statues, and they sprang to life. Bodies humming and skim glowing, radiation pulsating from the courses made them malleable and transparent, revealing a digital grid of nodes. Yeah, they charged with the archaeologists who were running camp, and now they're flying towards the nearest settlement. Their departure has revealed a round slate in the ground, previously hidden under the base of one sentinel. Kill the automatons. So we removed the archaeological site, which does give us a bit more room. And we have to defend against them with our force of 11,000 something versus their force of 2,000 something. This one actually is a really shitty quest because a lot of the time what happens is this catches you off guard completely, and this massive sentinel army will crush like your garrison force no matter what you're doing. But it's also going to be like... I tried the royalty expansion of RimWorld. I didn't even know that there was a royalty expansion in RimWorld. I actually haven't played that game in a while either, because like I got to the point where I had done most everything that the game had to offer, except that was like ages ago, and they have advanced that game tremendously since I've last played it, because like you sort of get to the point where it's like, okay, I sort of understand what I'm doing, and I kind of know the game, so I guess I'll put it aside now that I've had my fun with it. And then with that particular game, like they'll just be like, oh yeah, now we've added the ability to like create underground evil genius layers or something like that, like rigged with like weird traps or something like that, or whatever the hell, and all sorts of crazy nonsense that you can do in those ones. So I definitely would not mind getting back into some of those games where they update them a ton. Oh, I actually don't play mods. I don't know. I just don't. I don't enjoy mods usually. It's a weird like mental hang-up that I personally have, where like I just don't play games modded for some reason. I don't know. I guess I find a lot of the time the modders don't make the game like a more enjoyable experience to me, but it might just be because I play the wrong mods or something like that. Yeah, the only game that I play like with a mod is like City Skylines because the people who developed that game like cannot model traffic in a way that is even remotely interesting. It's just if you don't have mods turned on for that one, it's just so miserable. All right, I need to build another wonder here. Dear game, please stop freezing. Okay, there we go. Okay, so let's take you, send you back to here. And I need to get the interstellar assembly site built. Wait, where do I build this? Let's give this a quick pause here. What do I build the interstellar assembly site around? Huh. Do I already have an interstellar assembly? I don't remember having an interstellar assembly. Strategic Coordination Center. Do they mean there's only allowed to be one in the galaxy or something like that? Got the ring world. Yeah, I guess RimWorld would be the sort of game that would have a lot of quality mods to it. That does make sense, but I mean, I think that it's still one of the games where there's enough depth to the like vanilla experience that I don't really need the mods. I think that the mods for that kind of game though are usually pretty good, just in the sense that like if you wanted to have a specific theme to it, like you wanted to make an like a Tatooine style cantina full of scum and villainy or whatever, like RimWorlds with modding could actually probably really do that. So that's probably one of the better uses of that sort of thing. Seriously, where do I have an interstellar assembly? I'm like 100% sure I don't have one. Huh, it must actually be there's only allowed to be one in the galaxy. Or there's something else going on.
Invasive expropriation repelled.
Alright, we have finally killed all those sentinels. That took us forever. You defeated the last sentinel. It collapsed after a well-aimed blast to its abdomen, body solidifying in rigor mortis as its power core dimmed. The statue closed a trembling fist around the nearest soldier and, with its last energy, pleaded for us to let them rest in peace. Then it froze, eyes empty, face cold. Below it, the soldiers discovered what appears to be a secret entrance previously hidden by the Sentinel's force field. A thorough examination of the Sentinels has revealed that they are no simple automatons, but contain the digitized spirits of organic beings. Yeah, so we can go get a special project here. One of the two here. I'm definitely going to do the Into the Earth one to see what we can get.
Situation log updated.
And Into the Earth. So we need a research ship. Didn't think about that. All right, let's go ahead and grab our research ship from the region over here.
Progressed.
Sending it all the way down to here. Which is not that bad because of those, but... Yeah, it is definitely a storytelling game. That's why I think like the mods for it can work. It's just, I don't know, I've got like a neurotic sort of thing against it. It's more my fault than theirs or anything like that. Okay, I swear I'm going to just go nuts here. This game. Is there a way to search for that? There's a find button, but it's for star systems. I don't think there's a sidebar thing for wonders. Contact situation log, markets, plants and sectors, expansion planner. Yeah, I don't think there's anything that, like... So I think the way that you're supposed to find wonders is these little icons here that tells you there's a megastructure there. I could have sworn you're allowed to have more than one civilization with each wonder. So I don't think that's it, but I might be wrong. It might be that each one's like a wonder in the same sort of sense as like civilization, but I don't think that's supposed to be the case. This one's the Sentry Array. The Interstellar Assembly, though, would be the one where I would assume that only having one of them kind of makes sense. Did I build one down here or something like that? No. Right, that was a ring world. What are you guys doing? Oh, god damn it, more friggin' crime offices. I hate crime offices. Okay. I didn't realize you could have Dyson spheres with habitats like that. Interesting. Okay, well, so we get to go kick these guys' ass now. So that's lovely. I'm pretty sure that we can declare war on them. They've got like their entire fleet jumped on top of my stuff for some reason. Alright, so why can't I... What? No, not you guys. Oh shit, these guys have their stuff taken over. Okay, well, I might have to wait for these guys to finish their war so that I can take over their shit. Or actually, if these guys... Whose fleet is this, actually? Oh, these aren't... I was hoping to, like, catch their fleets by surprise and murder them all, but these are actually those other guys' fleets. I don't know, is a Dyson sphere something you really can see? I guess if you're one of the engineers working on it or something like that. I thought there were some scientists saying that like a Dyson sphere wasn't as practical as like a Dyson swarm or something like that. I'm not necessarily sure what I believe as far as that goes, though. If I recall correctly, like the more likely way of doing it is tiny little nano drones that are capable of collecting up some energy and then bringing the energy back towards a station or a hub or something like that, and having them capture all the energy rather than a solid structure, just because the gravitational one of like having a well, I wouldn't want to sign up for that just because I'm a bad engineer, and if we want to have a janky ass Dyson sphere that kills everybody, definitely sign me up for that because I would help with that, but you don't want me anywhere near your Dyson sphere if you're trying to create one of those. That would be so bad. Alright, so these guys are retaking some of their stuff over here, but I think their total fleet power is so low that I don't think that there is any chance that they're going to be able to win this. I really wish that they would get out of my way. Let's attempt to communicate with presence. Okay, so Instrument of Desire. Yeah, the Instrument of Desire is not the worst covenant. Part of me actually kind of wants to form this one. Let's do it. This is stupid. Alright, we formed the covenant with the Instrument of Desire. This was a bad idea. Oh, man. Okay. Well, that's gonna be... It's not the one that ends the world, so I didn't take that, so that's good, I guess. Alright, let's keep going. Yeah, I'm trying to remember, like, there's some people whose, like, argument is that just the gravitational pull of, like, an actual Dyson sphere would make it really difficult to engineer, and that having, like, nano clouds instead that are capable of capturing the energy and bringing it back somewhere is more practical. Especially if they're capable of like using electromagnetics to sort of
Construction finalized.
move a charge along a sort of a long distance without having to actually be in contact with one another. Because we do sort of understand how to like use some of the effects that Tesla predicted to move electricity across distances, which I thought was really, really weird. But all right, well, I guess we're just gonna get a friggin' mega art installation site if they can't get anything else. This kind of sucks. I'm pretty sure someone else has one of these too. So, all right, well, whatever. What I want to see, though, is when I build the first step of this, if it shows up on the map. Because if it doesn't, then I might have laid down that building somewhere and just forgotten about it. Which I don't think I did. But I probably did do. I don't know, did I put it up here somewhere? Like, what are you doing up here? Did you put one down? God damn it. Right, well. I'm not actually sure you want to fly into the sun to build your Dyson. I mean, if you really want to get up close and personal with your Dyson sphere, then that seems like a really good start. But I think I don't know that you're supposed to try and like get straight into there. All right, the new Mystic Order exists. A caravan cruise? No, thank you. So wait, what are they hoping to do by driving a car into the sun? Like that, because I'm guessing that they won't be able to get very much data out of it.
Special inquiry concluded.
What is this? Okay. So, Sentinels were indeed hiding an entryway. It opens on mezzanine of underground tunnels leading deep into Savhavis Prime's crust. There's a sapient species of humanoids native to the planet, prepared for their final journey in a set of beautiful ceremonial chambers. At the end of their mortal existence, they abandoned their flesh bodies for a virtual afterlife within a simulation of paradise contained on a single drive. At some point, the entire population decided to move on to digitized existence, leaving only a few behind, their minds uploaded to the Sentinels, condemned to guard their resting place forever. Perhaps this virtual simulation could lift the spirits of the masses. It certainly seemed to hold some entertainment value. Didn't you just read that, like, that ended their civilization? I don't know. Let's see here. We have science to do there. Kind of like Kerbal Space Program mission. Kerbal Space Program missions are usually, how do we accidentally bomb our own country? You know, just accidentally bomb our own country, but I mean, maybe that's just because I'm bad at Kerbal Space Program. I'm just kidding. I've never actually played that. Which is weird, because it's the sort of game that I do like. Let's see here. I could get some militarist ethics extraction. I can get some xenophobe ethics extraction. That's weird. I don't really want that. But reducing our population goods upkeep is really, really good there. So I don't want the ethics extraction part, so I definitely feel like purge the aliens and repurge the simulation. That's the less evil one? Oh no, I guess the militarist one is just less evil. Parker Solar Probe will provide new data on solar activity and make critical contributions to our ability to forecast major space weather events. I'd actually heard that there were people who were playing Kerbal that thought that the first one was probably going to end up being better because the developers got bought out and all the main developers of one quit, but I'm not too sure if that's going to end up being true. That's sort of a pessimistic look at it, but I'm not necessarily sure that they're always going to be wrong about it, but I have to see. Let's see. I definitely feel like I want to do this one, even though this is kind of evil. But okay, let's do that. All right, so we created virtual VR by killing a bunch of digital aliens. What? An urgent missive from Ira Obas explains the number of new former members of the Pelx Credonian seek political asylum on the planet. All right, sure. I don't know what's going on there. Actually, I probably would like the original Kerbal Space Program. I don't know why I'd never really played it. It's the sort of game. Actually, I know why I don't play it. It's because I'm the sort of person who would like spend a trillion years like just micro tweaking a rocket and never actually get a spaceship up into space because I'm the sort of person who would be like, yeah, this has to actually be like perfect, and that sort of like desire to make it perfect would destroy my ability to play the game. It would be pretty bad. What's impressive to me is that they're assuming that like their probe into the sun, like into the atmosphere, is going to be able to send out a signal that's enough to output like enough energy to be detectable without being just super interfered by all the energy output of the sun, because the sun actually provides a huge amount of signals. There's Unless they are planning on recovering the probe, which would be even more impressive actually, if they can get a thing to skim into the atmosphere of the sun and then make it out alive. If that's what they're planning, then that's even more impressive. But
Scientific progress attained.
all right. I'm feeling like the more likely thing is that they're probably going to go for the one where it's a probe that's relaying information out of the sun, which feels like it would be like the fact that they have a way of making it so that you can detect the signal is the more impressive part for me as far as that goes. I wonder what kind of frequency you would choose to use for that sort of thing, or what kind of signal. And I wonder what the odds are, like, just out of sheer bad luck, they get hit by, like, a solar flare and the thing gets wiped out, but, you know, hopefully they would... I would imagine they have a way of predicting whether or not that's going to happen. I'm actually not sure what they do to predict solar flares, but usually you can sort of tell, if I recall correctly. There's, like, some sort of magnetism and optical effects that let you predict it. But I don't remember too well. Okay. How are we doing here? Yeah, it's crystals I need. That's a lot of goals that they've got there. It's an ambitious project. It'd be kind of interesting figuring out what sort of materials they're planning on doing that with to like survive all that radiation. Because the amount of radiation that thing's going to have to like fly through is going to be absolutely ludicrous. Okay, if these are all being taken by these guys, I'm declaring war on these guys. If the Lilhandra Star Regime are actually taking these territories, I'm going to definitely just declare war on them. These bastards. Let's see here. Where are their borders even? Their borders are in a weird spot. Okay. I don't really understand what's going on over here either. Oh no, okay, I get it. Yeah, never mind, those are different symbols. Okay. Alright, I forgot that I've got actually this thing here. Are those ships still upgrading? I think they're still I think we're still upgrading those ships. Yep. They're going to be at that for decades. You know what? I needed another one of these anyway. I'm just going to upgrade this.
Our research has progressed.
Sure, let's pop that. Grab this. I still wish that this counted as an edict, but whatever. Huh. Well, that's not good. That's not that bad either. Alright, this place doesn't really need to have that, so let's just go ahead and shipyard that up. Okay, we repealed the minor research sanctions. Reinforced carbon composite. Yeah, carbon, that infamously not thermal reactive substance. I guess it's not that thermally reactive, though, if there's no oxygen, so... It should be... Hopefully it's okay, I don't know. Repeal reverence for life. No, appears. Smuggler activity reported on the core. That's unfortunate. (1,370°C). Huh. I was actually not... It's not so much the heat that I'm wondering about. It's the radiation that I was wondering about, though. I'm like the electronics and navigation equipment have to be really, really well designed to be able to withstand those kind of electromagnetic rays. There's probably a lot of stuff that they've got in there to shield it against that, though, I'd imagine. Like, they probably got a very, very advanced system that they've got working on that. Because, of course, like, also being able to withstand those kinds of temperatures is also a really strong prerequisite for getting up there. Okay. These are always sort of the worst moments in this game, is where you're just literally waiting for these idiots to clear out so you can declare war, or maybe they're going to steal everything so I can't declare the war that I want to. You know, that sort of thing. And then this stupid cartel keeps putting down stuff on top of me. And I can't do anything about it because these jerks are... Oh, well.
Our research has progressed.
One of the other things that's weird is that I'm going through these, like, repeatable texts so quickly. Like, that... I'm wondering what the bonus total is here. Alright, damage, we're up to 65% energy weapons damage, 45% attack speed. Need to upgrade our strike craft damage. That one's lagging a bit behind there. Alright, I was kind of hoping that we would get to the point where we would begin the endgame crisis this episode, but it's looking like that's not necessarily that likely. Which I'm kind of surprised by. Alright, let's upgrade some of these things here. The solar shield protecting against the radiation. Would base carbon protect against that much solar radiation? I guess if they know what they're doing more than I would, so I guess so. Like, maybe if it's polarized in some ways, I guess it's possible. I don't know. There's got to be more than just the graphene sheets or whatever. Or what was the super hard? There's like a super hard version of graphite nowadays, and I can't remember what it's called. If it's graphene or graph... It's graph something. That might not be what they're using. That might not be the one that's really thermally durable or something like that, but...
Construction complete.
Oh, I'm wondering if they must be using like just a really thick shield then for the probe, and then keeping the probe some distance behind it so it doesn't get too energized, because the ionization of the shield itself is going to be like pretty radical, isn't it? It's been a while since I actually did any like sort of study in this sort of field, so it's been a long time since I took courses in this. Because I did actually take astrophysics. Reinforced carbon. Interesting. That's a variant that I hadn't heard of being that resilient, but I guess if it is, then it is. That's perfectly fair. Yeah, they keep coming up with like new carbon compounds, and it's interesting like how many things you can make out of carbon. Because it does seem like 9 out of 10 things that they manufacture is just like some form of carbon. Feels like that's just very well, it is a super common like and super versatile thing. Like the design of carbon is, I guess, really useful for that sort of thing. Okay. Let's just keep doing this, I guess, for now. Well, I want to like look up what reinforced carbon is actually reinforced with. If it's reinforced with more carbon, I'm just going to be like, okay, well, fair enough, I guess. Alright. Are these guys gonna get out of my way? Well, while they're still not getting out of my way, I guess I keep upgrading my stupid buildings here. Yeah, so city districts are super important there. Housing is important there. I don't know why I have all these strongholds here still. I kind of don't need them anymore. They do have housing, though. 2.3 meters, 4.5 inches. That is actually a pretty thick shield. Okay, that's probably why. Graphite. Interesting. I thought graphite was highly flammable, but maybe not. Right, ship speed. There we go.
Our research has progressed.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Straight craft damage, that one should be pretty easy. One thing I would be worried about in that sort of like trip there is like there are a lot of things that could potentially go wrong in that sort of trip, so there's a lot to gain from it though, because one of the big things about the sun is that there is a lot of information about it that would be good to know, like just more reliably about solar weather, because there is that sort of fear constantly of like a big solar event happening and like doing a lot of damage to Earth, because it could potentially happen. Are they hoping to turn like their graphite sheets into diamond on the journey there? Is that actually the goal of this? Is it to figure out if we can use the sun to manufacture diamonds? Because that would be an interesting ulterior motive if that was the case. It's kind of amazing just how many forms carbon can take, actually, just considering how simple it is, just in its molecular structure. It's probably, actually, I guess it's because of how simple its molecular structure is that's why it can do that, but still.
Construction complete. I
mean, technically speaking, diamonds like aren't super expensive. It's just that those ones would be really expensive because of what their symbolic value would sort of be, I guess. But yeah, that's kind of interesting. Because we can make diamonds on Earth under those sort of conditions. Like, we can, like, artificially make diamonds. That's not too impressive anymore, but, like, those ones would be worth a lot, yeah. Probably some museum would buy them out for, like, trillions of dollars or something. Well, not trillions, but a lot of money. I don't know why I'm upgrading that. That's a trash building on this planet. Alright. I'm mostly just waiting for these guys to get out of my way here because, like, I wanted to declare war on these people who keep building crime syndicates on all my planets. Like, those assholes. I don't know. Alright. Is this fully upgraded? Looks like it. Alright, and we're just a tick away from getting another check to see if we start the endgame crisis, and I'm really hoping we do. Even if not, we'll probably be ending this relatively soon. Gotten quite a lot done. Oops. That one. Man, like, the number of homeless people on my planets is absolutely getting ridiculous, but there's nothing really worthwhile doing because in, like, 10 minutes I'm gonna be overrun again, and the automation isn't working. Right. Okay, so 2420-01, and we haven't had an alien invasion nor an uprising, and these people are still in the way. And they're still putting branch offices. Like, they're just using the fact that all their planets are currently occupied by my, like, people I don't care about either way, to not, like, they're using that as an excuse, I think, to just not have to worry about the fact that they're just committing horrible crimes against me by putting all these criminal offices on my planets. These bastards. Alright, well, I'd say 2 can play at that game, but I'm really just hoping that they get the hell out of there so I can do something about this. Let's start, thinking about putting down another mega structure here. No, I can put down more than one of those. Alright, I'm just going to put down a Science Nexus site, I guess, but what I'm going to have to do, apparently, is, like, just go through each and every individual one of my planets, and I'm going to do this, like, off-camera, probably, and see if I can build another interstellar whatever. Or I have to find out who has one and take that over from them. Because I'm guessing that actually might be what it is. If I had known that I needed to do that, I would have rushed building one. But I kind of get the feeling like that might not be it. Interesting that I also can't build more than one Dyson sphere. I have no idea why I can't build more than one Dyson sphere. Pretty sure I can build more than one ring world too. Okay, so we finished the Mega Art installation core. And that does show up, so don't know what the hell's going on with this. I really don't know why I'm bothering building this thing. Like, it's really irrelevant at this stage of the game. Like, the Mega Art installation is by far the worst construction thing that you can make a construction thing in this game. The reason is that it gives you huge amounts of culture, but by the time you can afford getting it, and by the time you can use it, you've already sort of, like, capped out all that stuff, so you don't need it for anything. I can't believe I've got this natural wormhole. I just have not discovered what is in there. Okay, cool. Let's get our science ship here. Let's go explore that natural wormhole, which is right beside that gate. Let's go ahead and anti-crime. I don't need you. I'm replacing you with the side corp. Actually, I don't need this either. I could replace this with a trade hub. Or Galactic Stock Exchange, I mean. Oh wow, that's still 62%. Someone else built a science nexus, that's fine. What I want to do is find out who built that interstellar assembly. I've got the beacon, so I can see everywhere. Did you build it? Wouldn't be under... Yeah, that's a matter decompressor. It's a ruin. They haven't even rebuilt their matter decompressor. That's interesting. Okay, so it's definitely not them. I don't think they've even got the ability to do mega engineering projects. Was it you? Nope, mega shipyard. Alright, where do you lead? There, that's friendly territory. I'm gonna find out it was one of my allies that built the mega art, or the mega structure. Okay, it's you guys. I wonder if it's only one per alliance as well, maybe? I have to look that up now. I should probably actually also build myself a mega shipyard, but I kind of don't care. Like, it really doesn't matter if I've got one or not. Not even sure if I can build a mega shipyard right now, because I think I've got two mega projects on the line already. It kind of ruins your ability to do more. Where do you build one? Yeah, I can only do 2 mega structures at a time. Yeah, capturing one I've done before, but it's been unfortunate. Like, what's the in-game rationale for you not being able to just have more than one? It feels like you should just be able to build more than one. To me, anyway. I don't know.
Together
That's just
we
my
will build
opinion.
a brighter future.
Because, like, in theory, if you were, like, some sort of really late-stage civilization, like, just you've been around for forever, like, is there some reason why they wouldn't just put a Dyson sphere around every star that they can't otherwise use? Like, I feel like they would. I don't know. And I don't see any reason why the engineers would be like, well, we've already got one Dyson sphere, there's no way we'll ever need another one. I mean, there's the fact that we're plus 2,000 energy, so I mean, there is that argument. But we were in the negatives for quite a while. Alright. So here's hoping that those guys have gotten out of our way. Kind of doubt it. Yeah, why is this war taking so long? What even is happening down here? They're trying to use, they're trying to bomb this planet. Okay, that's what's going on. There's no armies down here. What? Okay, so AI is taking this long in the war because they've decided they're going to stand here and bombard a planet that has no ground defenders until, I guess, its devastation's at 100%. Wait, they control it. They already took it. What are they doing here, then? Balance, yeah. I mean, balance is probably a pretty good argument, but it already costs a lot of resources to get up a Dyson sphere. I guess if you had enough Dyson spheres, though, you could be so far over your fleet cap limit that you would just never be able to... you would completely ignore that mechanic completely. That is why people mod. Yeah. The thing is, I would only ever build probably 2. It's just that, like, this game sort of limits you in what you can actually do with all that energy. Whereas in, I think, real life, if you had an empire, or sort of late stage interstellar empire, you could probably do a lot more with the energy that you've got there. Okay, I'm really confused what's going on here. They've clearly taken out a bunch of these systems here, and they've got actually... What the hell what's going on here? Oh, these are the Tianqi, I think. But also, what the hell is going on with like their actual fleets? They're just sort of sitting here. They must not think that they can win in a fight, which they probably can't, actually.
Ships upgraded.
What is the route these guys are taking to get back to their own systems here, I wonder? It's probably pretty crazy. Let's see. Oh no, it's not too bad. They just go through, like, around this way. So where did their fleets go? Did they get beats? Role-playing, yeah, that's a good reason to use your Dyson spheres. Because like I was saying, it makes sense for like a late-stage intergalactic empire to sort of like feel powerful, like to have Dyson spheres around like every star so that they're capturing like 100% of their empire's energy, which would be like... One of the weird things about this sort of game and a lot of other ones is that they sort of don't understand that very, very high-tech empires could theoretically just use pure energy to
Scientific progress
create
attained.
matter in a way that this game sort of doesn't. So actually, like a game like Civilization does that better, where you can instantly turn gold into whatever other resource you need, where you just buy buildings, which doesn't strictly make sense. But it would make sense for this sort of game, but you can't do it in this kind of game because this game doesn't let you do that. So there's some irony there. Alright, let's communicate. I won't get those ones where I have to try and make a covenant anymore, I don't think. Ooh, I love the increased lifespans one. Yep, we got it. Every single leader that you have, like, you instantly get a boosted 25-year to your lifespan, so really, really powerful, that one. Have I got the edict here? I don't think I do. Yeah, living metal mega construction. Oh, I can't afford that. Wow, I'm short by hundreds. Okay, well, let's go to the market here. Just buy hundreds. There we go. I mean, we are getting probably more living metal than anybody else right now. +5. Because we're getting it out of Sehalvis, and we're, I think, getting it out of another system as well, so... you know what, I want this even faster. Alright, let's go into our edicts here and get Architectural Renaissance. That lets me build another one too. Oh. We can build this at Scorpio. What I'm kind of wondering about is if I build it at Scorpio, what happens when, like, someone jumps in through the wormhole and immediately starts destroying Scorpio? Because I don't have any defenses there whatsoever. And I'm fine with that. Where does that even lead to? That leads to my territory that's in the middle of all this other bullshit. Oh, okay, never mind. That's fine then. Did I ever kill this thing? I don't think I ever bothered killing that thing. Let's grab our fleets. Let's do something now that we've got some time to do something. Alright, so we'll hop our way over here. Repeal of preference for life has failed. Good. Okay, so I think that this was the one where there was a Leviathan, I just didn't bother killing it yet. So we'll find out if that's true. give us something to do while we're waiting for these guys to finish off their war so I can kill off the cartel that's ruining my life with crime. Still not entirely sure what the hell's going on down here. Yep, no idea whatsoever. Did we make it there already? Oh, yep, here we are. So there's the dimensional horror over there. Hostile to us. Let's actually slow us down a little bit. So here you can just see us chipping away at shields a little bit there. And yeah, the dimensional horror should be literally just no match whatsoever for our forces here. You can see how fast it's like getting its armor and stuff like that melted. The dimensional horror is actually kind of interesting. I wish you could actually see its stats. Alright, let's get our science ship over there. We had one derping around somewhere. Yeah, the malignant entity which attempted to breach our universe near Vazi Maelstrom has been banished back to into its own realm. Only time will tell if the influence has been sufficiently weakened to keep it there for good. We are detecting some kind of anomalous residual energy that must have been left behind by the dimensional rifts the creature opened. Studying the energy more closely could potentially lead to scientific breakthroughs.
Sit log updated.
So this is why I was excited to do that, because like even though it's really easy to beat at this point in time, it is a lot nicer to be able to go out and research this sort of stuff here. What's the research project in this system? Oh, the elusive Tarbeck. Okay, well, whatever. I'm not going to worry about that right now. Let's go ahead and research projects, and then survey. And just take all you guys and send you straight back to where you were waiting. The travel there was a lot faster than I thought it was. They were using like all the wormholes and stuff like that to make it faster, but... And we only lost like 6 Corvettes on that. That's not bad at all. Alright, let's go back up to normal speed here. Alright. Let's see, that leads to here, and then I think they're taking the gate from Idor Vang.
Scientific progress attained.
Let's just do that. Yeah, there's a couple things in this game actually that, in terms of like role-playing, you can never get to the sort of apex point of this game, which is unfortunate.
Ships upgraded.
Like, it's impossible for you to ever create the sort of designs that the Fallen Empires do.
Attained.
Which I think would be more interesting, is if you could actually follow the curve all the way up to becoming like similar to one of the Fallen or Awakened Empires. Whereas the game sort of tries to limit you to stopping before that, for probably reasons of like they want to constrain the game to not being the point where you could get that, because it would be really boring if you could become one of those sort of like you've got the entire galaxy empires and your unlimited power sort of thing. Like at that point it's not so much a game as it is like a vanity project, so I guess they just didn't really care to make it so you could get there. So it kind of makes sense to me that they don't let you do that, but at the same time, you know... Wait a minute, how come you guys aren't... Wait, which fleet is this? Aren't they supposed to be heading here? I might have clicked another button on the way there. Okay. Can't believe I've still got this antimatter that I haven't really bothered getting. Well, I can believe it because it's so relevant for us. Alright, so let's see what these anomalous readings give us. It's been so long since I've had my like science ships research anything. Alright, let's see what they get. This is actually a fairly long one. considering how experienced that scientist is. Okay. Oof, that's actually pretty long considering I've got double boosts to that. It's probably... I think we can develop these at a quarter of the normal speed. How much longer? That one's only 41%. Science Nexus. The future is ours. Yeah, the Star Trek Total Conversion mod actually looks pretty interesting, but actually if I wanted to play a Star Trek Total Conversion, there's actually a Star Trek Total Conversion for Sins of the Solar Empire that I think looks a little bit more interesting for me. Just because
Special inquiry concluded.
what I end up doing those sort of... Oh wow, that's really lousy. Yeah, what I end up doing in those sorts of games is usually like getting in sort of the battles, which I don't think Star Trek actually is supposed to really be about, but I'm not a huge Star Trek fan, that might be why, but yeah, like being able to do it sort of one where you've got all those famous sort of ships and stuff like that, kind of interesting to me. But trying to make like the Federation Empire in like this one, should I try out the Total Conversion mod for Stellaris or the one for Sins of the Solar Empire, are you saying here? I consider trying either of them, but the Stellaris one, it really still feels like it's still Stellaris. Like there's not... there's also a really big Total Conversion mod for like Star Wars that came out for Stellaris recently. And that one also just still feels like Stellaris. You're still doing all the same sort of things as you would do in Stellaris. And because like the way that you play this game is so zoomed out and you don't really focus on the ships all that much, it doesn't really matter all that much. Whereas like Sins of the Solar Empire is really all about your big hero ships. So I think that one works better for something like the Star Trek universe where you got like the Enterprise and it's your big impressive... Well, actually, your Enterprise isn't your big impressive ship really, but comparatively. Yeah, Sins of the Solar Empire would be really bad for a stream, I'd imagine, because it's a very slow game without much context. Because it is basically just like your typical RTS. It's just like one match of StarCraft that takes like 3 hours. It's kind of weird, but doesn't give you that feeling of progression, I don't think. I would consider trying that one, though. That one definitely would be interesting. Especially because you could like build a station out in the middle of nowhere, call it Deep Space Nine or something like that. What would be nice is if they could make it so that if they did a total conversion mod, one of the things that I think that they need to do for Stellaris is to really make it so that it's all about very small fleets rather than the large numbers of fleets if you want to go for that Star Trek feel. And they'd have to do something to make it so that like your science vessels were way more emphasized, because that's kind of what Star Trek was all about. Like the Enterprise is a science vessel, it's not really a warship, it's just a heavily armed and armored warship, or not warship, science vessel. I mean, it is also a warship, like, don't get me wrong, it's definitely not a peaceful ship, but comparatively, it's not a Star Destroyer. I think like the largest fleet battle was in... I can't remember the name of the episode. It's like something of the Angels or something like that. And it's like 90 ships on the one side and it's like 200 ships on the other or something like that or whatever. It's not exactly a huge number of ships in those battles. Whereas with my fleets here, I've got like probably 400 ships in total or something like that. And the way that you sort of play this game, you sort of ball your fleets together. I mean, this fleet by itself has 422 ships in it, so I mean, that's a thing. How many actual ships do I have in my fleets? I actually have fairly small fleets. They're fairly elite, though. 3 Titans in 1 fleet is kind of ridiculous. Okay. Either way, though, I think we might call this an episode pretty soon, because, like, the thing I want to do, which is declare war on these guys so that they'll stop setting up criminal cartels on here, is just not possible, because they're getting their asses kicked by somebody else. So they're being shielded by the fact that they've been taken over by someone else, which is really annoying. I could declare war on these guys. Like, I could just declare war on them somehow. I would just have to make a claim on one of their systems, and then I'd be able to go declare war on them. A Dune mod... There's actually another game that I think would be way better for Dune, and I cannot remember the name of it right now. It's one where you've got, like, this gigantic sandcrawler base. It's from the Homeworld series, but it's like... well, it's not from the Homeworld series, but it's a spin-off of the Homeworld series. And it's already got sort of this massive sort of crawler that you use to produce your units. You could get rid of the crawler and replace it with a base, I think. Like, I can't remember the name of that goddamn game. Huh. It's because I never played it. That's probably why I can't remember it. I mean, you can always suggest stuff. I'm not the sort of person that's easily influenced by things, so even if you suggest stuff and I don't want to, I'll just say no. So don't feel afraid to suggest things, because if I don't want to do it, I'll just tell you I don't want to do it. Suggestions are always, like, warranted, though. Let's go on Ganji. What is this? Alright, let's give you guys anti-crime. Oh, these guys don't have a police precincts thing. I kind of don't need this. The thing is, I really just don't want to get into a war that I don't have to with a faction that I don't actually have any malice towards. Like, it would solve the problem, but I feel like it would just be... I guess the reason I would not be doing it is more role-play-y kind of things. You know, I've got strained diplomatic relations with those guys, but that doesn't mean I want to go to war with them. I don't know. Also, I can't make any easy claims on them either. Let's see, my nearest claim would be to somewhere like Kraz. I know how to fix this problem, it's just I really hate the solution. I wonder if there's another way to do it. Like, you know, make it so that the AI frickin' fights this war so that it finishes, but I don't know, I'm just gonna drop that and see what happens. Alright, now I can use the conquest. And that would let me get through all of this stuff. I would probably want to have one of my fleets down here. At least. In fact, I want one of my more important fleets down there. Where's my one with the 3 Titans? Oh, that isn't here. Oh, no, it isn't. Hull regen, okay, that's fine. What's the Senate want right now? Underdeveloped system utilization. Holy crap, that's a lot of extra bureaucratic. Oh, plus 10 trade protection. I kind of like that. Because I keep worrying about pirates coming in and wrecking my shit for no good reason. Well, for a very good reason. I've done literally nothing to actually stop pirates from coming in and wrecking all my shit. So, kind of valid. Alright, so the routes that these guys can use, it really is just through Hoos or whatever. I feel fairly confident that I've got a ship coming in from Seoul using the gateway there. Yeah, Homeworld Deserts of Karak. I feel like that's the one. Yeah, that is it. I knew it was Deserts of something, but I was not sure about the name because it's a nonsense name. But yeah, that one I feel like would make a really good Dune mod sort of one, because like you don't read about very many space battles in Dune. In fact, I can't remember any space battles in Dune. They probably were there, but I don't remember any. Maybe there weren't any, actually. I'd have to double check. It has been a very long time since I read any of Dune. Man, all my stuff is running out here. Okay, scientific revolution again. They happen off screen. Yeah, I guess that's probably the problem. Actually, what would be interesting is like an Honor Harrington mod. Which probably would be like... The thing about Honor Harrington is, if I recall correctly, the ships should be able to actually fire at each other from different solar systems. And they should be able to glass a planet from like a third across the galaxy. So I think that might be a bit hard to do. Like, there's, if I recall correctly as well in Dune, like, wouldn't you only... I think there's only like one house that can actually travel across space effectively. Although they do that for every other house, like as an offered service, so I guess it's not really too big deal. You just wouldn't be able to play a game where they're like a major faction, because if they were, that would be so broken. It's just deny everybody else the ability to use the space lanes. I feel like Deserts of Karak, though, would make for a really, really good Dune mod. Mostly I'm just thinking that because it sort of feels like it's already got a lot of elements from that old Dune RTS. I don't know if you would remember like the old Dune RTS. The one that basically was like Command & Conquer before Command & Conquer came out. I think it was made by the studio. Yeah, the Spicing Guild. Yeah. Also, whoever controlled like the planet where the spice came from would be the only one that could travel. Oh man, that would suck. Just take over that area, just stop anyone else from getting access to the spice. Okay, I'm gonna give these guys until the end of this year, and if they don't friggin' finish their stupid war... I'm gonna go ahead and just murder the crap out of them. I thought it was the Spicer Guild because they needed... Oh, no, it's the spice that they need to use to turn into, like... I can't remember. Like, the whole lore of Dune is, like, really weird to me. I read about, like, a lot of the politics, but I could never remember names. Like, any of them. So, the fact that all the names in Dune are really kind of weird are a little bit hard for me. Alright, we've hit 24-25. We have had no disaster. Spices on the Arrakis. Jesus. Yeah, that's what I would be worried about, is the fact that you can only get spice from, like, one place. Okay, so... This is going to get me into a war with the Zaplo Trade Union. I don't think I have to care about them, because they're already getting their butts kicked, and they're tiny, so...
We have declared war.
The Imperator
we have
protects.
a galaxy to win.
I wonder if they must have made, like, spice less important in that mod than it would normally be. Like, you would have to, right? Oh, for the love of... Okay, I also have to declare war on these guys separately, right? Forgot about that. I'm going Conquer because...
Commencing wealth redistribution.
Wait, why do I have a declare war thing there? Okay, never mind. Yeah, okay, Spacing Guild makes sense. I'm trying to remember, like, the specifics of the lore. It's like, don't they need, like, spice to go into space or something like that? There's something weird. Okay, there we go, finally, Jesus. It's like they need it to navigate or something like that. It's something weird. Actually, no, the ones that eat all the spice are different from the ones that actually control the ships or something. I can't remember, it's complicated. Like I said, it's been a long time since I actually read any science fiction. Alright, so got all that done already. Alright. Actually, I need to do some late claims making here. Wait, what? Oh, these were claimed by allies. That's fine then. Guild navigators. Okay, yeah, that's sort of what I was thinking. It's like this is all like really separated for some reason. I guess to prevent what I was thinking would be a big problem in like a Dune Stellaris mod, which is like too much power consolidated into one house, who had control over all of that sort of resource there. So I guess that's sort of how they sort of got around that in the lore. I'm not sure how they would deal with that in a Stellaris mod, since you sort of end up with like a situation where it's always one faction, one planet sort of thing. You can't have split planet sort of situations. Yeah, and I think, didn't they need like a specific sort of person to navigate those ships though, to use that effect? Or am I thinking of something else? I might be thinking of something else. No, I don't think I am. Yeah, that's what I thought. Navigators require the spice to safely navigate. Well, I'm sure the people who made the mod probably figured out some way of doing it without it being too crazy. What the hell is this Science Nexus hub? Okay, fine. That's interesting as well. Okay. So how do they balance all that in the Stellaris mod? Because whoever has control of that would be the ones who have like all the control over sort of all the everything. Wait, what? Can I not ground invade? This is telling me... Are you... Nope, there we go. Okay. I just had to do it that way. Alright, so I don't want these guys slipping past me here either. So reading comments while doing it is going to be an interesting and fun challenge, so, you know. Trying to remember, like, trivia for a thing that I've read, like, literally probably 15 years ago at the same time as trying to play a game here is kind of interesting. Just as an intellectual exercise sort of thing.
Commencing workforce liberation.
Let's learn how to make penal worlds. I've got crime problems. Alright, and you guys get to the... What? There's an uncolonized habitat here. That is interesting. Alright. It's too What the hell?
Planetary workforce liberated.
Oh, it's a planet class. I thought it was supposed to be a unique planet in Dune. Interesting. Okay. It would sort of make more sense from a failsafe sort of point of view. The Dune movie is coming. I don't know. I've seen some Dune movies, and there's some pretty bad Dune movies. I don't know. I've got sort of low
Our research
expectations
has
of Dune
progressed.
movies. Not because I necessarily assume it's going to be bad, but because like they tend to make them pretty bad. I don't know. Maybe this time will be different. I don't really have a ton of faith that it would be. I don't have a ton of faith that the movie will be all that good, but I feel like it'll end up being sort of like Ender's Game, where like it wasn't like super terrible. Yeah, you're not exactly looking forward to it. I know, like it's I can't help but get the feeling like they probably aren't gonna do a very good job of it, but hopefully they'll prove me wrong. I would love to be proven wrong about that. Like it's the same as the Ender's Game movie. I feel like it was one of those ones where I don't necessarily feel like they got what made it interesting.
Our research has progressed.
And like Ender's Game itself was not the best book in that series. Probably Speaker of the Dead was better. Although I guess you would have to do the movie Ender's Game first and then go to Speaker of the Dead first to set it up. But I don't know. Like it didn't do very well, so I don't think anyone would bother seeing a follow up sort of thing. Oh, geez, I need to make more claims. That one, I guess. I don't know. I didn't actually see the Dark Tower movie, but I didn't hear anything particularly too good about that. But I also didn't hear that was that terrible. Was it really? Oh, Dark Tower movie. Wasn't it also a TV series or something? I might have been thinking of something else. Like maybe it was also a Netflix original series. Did they do more than one thing for that one? I didn't watch either of them because I didn't read the comics, so I didn't have a huge amount of desire to go see it, but yeah, there's a lot of movie adaptations of things that, like these days that just haven't been very good lately. Like there's good book adaptations. Like movies can be made into good, or books can be made into good movies. The Mist, yeah. I just don't. I don't think that I've seen an adaptation that I really liked in a long time now, which is kind of interesting. That and a lot of the reboots have been pretty bad as well. Like they remade Jacob's Ladder as well, and I really liked the original Jacob's Ladder. I have no idea why they would bother making a remake of that though, because it's not really a movie that. It's a confusing one to try to remake. I actually didn't see that one either because I just don't really see very many movies. And like that one, I should see just because the concept of remaking a movie like Jacob's Ladder is fascinating to me because it's so unique already that remaking it in general just feels wrong to a certain degree. I don't know. Maybe if they did a good job. Although, like, I also watched the trailer for like the Child's Play remake, and that's another one I was sort of wondering what the hell. Okay, well, I guess I would have probably been okay with Dark Tower then, just because I wasn't a reader. But I don't know. I think a lot of the times people just
Commencing
sort of.
workforce liberation.
I actually can't. I actually have no problem with like sitting through a movie. It's just I don't. I don't know why. I guess it's because. Well, actually, no. I have really no idea why I don't watch more movies.
Planetary workforce liberated.
I've really got no good reason for it. Contraband seized on front of knowledge. Okay, fine. Where the hell did you guys come from? Oh, geez. Let's land our armies here. They should get taken out by the station. Yeah, for me, like, I do actually like sitting in movies, like the theater, the popcorn, the whole sort of experience there. I just don't. And I don't really know why I don't. Alright, what? Are you just out of range of the... Alright, whatever. Yeah, I usually go to see like one movie a year sort of thing, which is interesting just because I don't have any problem with watching movies. I just don't do it. Let's actually have you guys head down to here. Let's have you guys actually just keep heading up to here. I think you're already healed from the daily regen thing. Man, like, I think part of it, though, is also, like, I haven't been to a movie in a long time. So, like, I feel like my desire to go see one is a little higher than it naturally would be. Just because I haven't had an opportunity to see one in such a long time. What the hell's going on here? Actually, the genre that I mostly go see is like horror movies, though. Oh, monthly unity minus 20%. Well, that sucks. Alright, let's see if I can pop an edict here. That would be useful. Not really. Oh, I don't have any of these active. Let's turn on fleet supremacy for the ship's starting experience, I guess. Alright, get that upgraded. We'll end up with 2 of those at least, even though I don't really feel like I even need them. Right, so that's all done. Can I force peace with the one faction here? I think I control 100% of their stuff. Oh right, we also have to take out their ally. I forgot about that. Wow, they're sort of all over the place back here. They've mostly been behaving themselves, it looks like. I can afford to put a lot of claims on them, I think. Let's head over here. Oh, I don't usually see movies at theaters. Like, I'm talking about, like, watching movies at home or something like that. Like, I don't even have Netflix. Which is really weird, but... You know, it would be a good way for me to see a couple of movies that are sort of inexpensive and, you know, convenient. I just don't bother. There's nothing too scary up here, is there? You sometimes get sidewinded by, like, the AI where you're like, ah, this will be easy, and then they actually do have one really strong fleet mixed in with all their garbage fleets. Or they just have so many garbage fleets put together that you end up getting your ass kicked anyway. That's always fun. Should have done this before I declared war. Should have remembered that, oh, this is all claimed by my war allies.
Striking at the lair of the oppressor.
Alright, let's just put a claim on that then, I guess. Council election again. Alright. At this point in time, I'm like not even like the point of
Together we will build a
at the point that I'm at, I'm
brighter
not even looking at the fleets. I'm just literally clicking on planets here and letting my fleets auto-resolve it. Not that it's, the game already has basically just auto-resolve combat, so. But yeah, I'm basically not even looking at what we're doing here. How much ground forces defense do they have here? Not that much, okay. Just wanted to double check. The fact that I haven't taken a bunch of like my stuff over here is kind of interesting. Or at least like Althoana, like not taking that is just strange to me. They did take Khazar though. They're jumping back and forth there, that's fine. trying to think actually, when is the last time I've seen like a good adaptation movie of something? I can't really think of a last time I've seen a movie that was a good adaptation of something that already existed.
Planetary property
I don't know, it must be,
collectivized.
there's probably just something about the way that they're producing them nowadays that makes them worse. I don't know, even that feels unfair though. I don't know. Actually, there's some good TV adaptations of things, it's just not movies. I guess some people at Hollywood or whatever are just asleep at the wheel right now as far as like those sort of concepts. Which is a shame. Alright, what the hell is happening? Where'd my fleet that's supposed to be up here go? Didn't get killed, did it? I might have redirected it. Alright, let's have you go up there. Keeping them there just in case they get attacked on the flank is probably fine.
Scientific progress attained.
Okay. It's basically impossible for like any of the AIs to keep up with me at this point in time. We're just about 3 years off of that there. God damn, minus 1,641. And it's because, I'm guessing it's because my allies have taken so many claims, or put so many claims down on these other guys here. I could status quo this, though, and that would take out these guys completely. It might be a good idea for me to do that, just to keep this war quick. Although that would give these guys one of my allies' territory, so I probably should take that back at least. Oh, you guys are... Do you guys lose? Huh.
Commencing workforce liberation.
Oh, they probably did lose. They probably got their asses kicked by this fleet. Cool. Interesting. Actually, wait, this isn't... What? Beta class? The hell are you guys? I don't remember building you guys. Oh, these are my random ships that I got from that. Okay, fine.
Planetary workforce liberated.
Alright, these guys are all fixed up here. 79,000. I could throw fleets against them again, honestly. Is there no faster way anywhere? Huh. Alright. Well... Guess we're doing this the slow way. Alright, fair enough. I don't know if I've actually got enough to bust through these guys all that easily, though. I kind of want to take that Federation fleet there, the really big one, and just send that to go bushwhack these guys. Because I think they could do it. Why is this getting stronger? I appreciate that it's getting stronger, that's nice, but a little bit strange. Alright. It's actually almost 4 o'clock already. 3:30. I think we go for 2 more years in game. Especially you want to see that... I kind of want to see this fleet arrive. Because the fleet power of this group is kind of, like, absolutely crazy. Actually, no, the military is only about 200,000. Huh. I guess it's because it's got weaker designs than mine. The Federation ships are a little bit weaker. Hmm. Could probably lance up here and take out these guys, but... Oh, we've got ally fleets heading in, finally. Yeah, you take care too. Thanks for showing up there. And yeah, I stream every Wednesday, but I do often have the problem of I don't know how to set this up properly. But yeah, hopefully you'll come and check out another one, have another chat. You know, it's always nice to talk to people. But yeah, thanks for coming. All right. So I should check out the total fleet power here. It's 192,000.
Striking at the lair of the oppressor.
I'm gonna drop some edicts here. Should have done this earlier. Gases, fuel, shield boosts, ammunition, explosives, reactive armor, focusing crystals. Alright. So that should have boosted my military power, yeah, 216,000. This one's up to almost 100,000 again.
Planetary workforce liberated.
All right. I feel bad for declaring war on these guys, going to war against somebody just for no reason other than they're in the way. It feels super harsh to be that person. It's just like destroying an entire civilization because they were in your path sort of thing there, but alright, well, whatever. Alright, so this is over 200,000 strength, so let's head to here first. Let's get ready for maybe a converging attack here.
Of the oppressor.
Attacking from like multiple directions is actually not ideal in this game. You'll ideally want to be attacking like everything from the same direction. God, what kind of engines did they put on these guys here? They're so slow.
Planetary workforce liberated.
Okay, I'm gonna give these guys a little bit of freaking time here to get in position because they seem to be... Oops. Seem to be kind of sluggish. Oh, god damn it. Wait a minute, what? Oh, that was interesting.
Commencing workforce liberation.
I think it's just showing me like what's in those other fleets when I click that. Alright. Let's get that done. All my buildings, like every single civilization thing that I've got here, every like planet is probably just in a complete state of crap right now. Alright.
Planetary workforce liberated.
So that Federation fleet there's probably going to get its ass kicked a little bit as it heads in there. But letting that one get taken down a little bit first is probably fine by me, since my allies will probably pay for replacements. It's probably fine. They've already, like, chopped the enemy fleets down in half, and they've only lost, like, 70,000 fleet power of their own, so... Now our allied fleets have started perdition beaming everything, so... Long-range shots from my capitals is absolutely wiping them here. Alright. Oops. You guys are way too dinged up for that. Have you head back there. Okay. So that should dramatically swing their war exhaustion in our favor. Looks kind of like it has. Do I still have ground forces somewhere around here? I feel like I'm missing a bunch of my ground forces. Well, I know I'm missing a bunch on that planet that had the Sentinels. I don't think I need them there anymore, so let's just embark all you guys. And send them all off to here or something like that? I don't know. Alright, now that those guys are healed up, let's send you up to here. I think. Allies seem to have this corner locked down fine. And we're about just at that point where it'll hit 24 or 30, and that'll be pretty much definitely the last I'll be able to get to before we hit the 4 o'clock mark. So we'll call it here, pretty much. We'll wait till we get to the new year. What do they got there? 64,000. Whole bunch of scrap fleets there. That's probably the repairing fleets. I wonder if they made it so I can only get one avatar. Army morale. Damn. Alright, well. Shouldn't matter. Shouldn't matter here. Did I lose a bunch of ships on one of my navies? Feels like I must have. Nope, that's full. Huh. Interesting. Huh, these guys have short-range weapons. That's interesting. Just compared and contrast to like my other fleets here. Alright. So my real fleets should be steaming their way up ahead there, and hopefully we'll be able to wipe out these guys with no problems. Are you guys short on ships or something like that? I feel like they're short on ships. Oh, you know what? I probably lost irreplaceable, like, ships there, because they probably had the, I think they had the Fallen Empire ships that I took, which is a shame, because I can't get more of them, but oh well. They're not actually very strong, so just keep steaming ahead here, I think. Hit them before they've got too much time to repair all these things, because I don't want these ships to get back up to full strength here or anything like that. Especially because they've got a mega shipyard up here that I need to like capture or something. I don't even know how to stop this thing. What do I do about this? Interesting. You know what? If I just have this entered orbit around there, yeah, it's just like instantly pops in, gets it destroyed, pops in, gets destroyed. This is gonna drive me nuts here. Alright. These guys, on the other hand, 97,000 fleet, should get wiped out pretty effectively here. Well, they're causing some more hits than I thought they were going to, but nothing near enough to win. Good God, this is going to drive me nuts. How do I capture that thing so that stops doing that? I need to get these guys behind this station here for a bit. Like, they are throwing away a lot of resources to infinitely go at that. Oh, we've hit 2430. Alright. So like I said, this is where we would do another check to see if we're going to have another of the events, but unfortunately it doesn't look like that's happening today. But yeah, we're going to call this one an episode for now. So anyhow, hope you found this one enjoyable, and I'll see you guys next week potentially.